fine.
Hey,
Right.
guys.
Hey.
Jokes,
Hello, Internet.
Jokes,
Hey, guys.
Jokes.
Welcome.
Jokes,
Hey, guys.
Jokes.
Hey, guys.
Jokes. How was
Hey,
your
guys.
weekend?
And
Jokes,
ladies.
jokes.
Hey. Hey, people.
Hello, Internet.
Hey, people.
I like that.
Excuse me while I clear my throat.
Let me clear my throat.
God damn.
Aha!
Quality content here.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Listen to us phlegm it up.
What the hell's going on here? By the way, I
Clear my throat.
Yeah. All right. Got a link. I'm going to put it in this tweet.
Tweet.
Haha, you said link.
So, hey, Internet.
Hey,
guys.
Internet.
We're here to talk about something that calls itself a movie.
So when you posted, like,
Cash. No.
Yeah?
what did you put as your call to action on the Twitter
BMFcast.
post?
I just posted it.
What'd you say?
877 Banff now.
Well, why don't you retweet it?
Okay, yeah, I'll just copy and paste this.
877 Banff now.
What the hell are you singing? Why is it been doing that for like the last 2 hours?
It's a commercial.
You
I don't
have
watch
a
fucking-
structured internet and you need...
It's a commercial for...
No.
They almost quoted it word for word in the movie, so...
All right.
He and I have been
But
on the
structured
same...
settlement?
Yeah.
All right.
I was not aware of that.
It's J.G. Wentworth is the company.
Okay.
It's my money, and I want it now.
Huh.
I wonder how many people actually have a structured settlement. Like,
I don't.
It seems like a lot, especially if you ever watch a judge show,
well,
because
yeah.
all those cases are about someone who lent someone their settlement money.
Really?
Yeah, because my wife and I are always like, I want a settlement.
Yeah.
I don't want to loan it to anybody. I just give me a settlement.
There's enough that they made a friggin' TV commercial about it.
Yes.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
877 cash no. So there you go, J.G. Wentworth.
Yeah.
Free advertising for you.
So pay
Courtesy
us.
of my golden pipes.
Mm.
Or bronze pipes. I'm not sure where I really fall on the... I should look at the internet to see us.
Where did they rank that homeless guy?
Pyrite pipes.
Pyrite pipes?
Fool's
Pyrite
gold.
pipe,
Pyripes?
Pyripes?
Pyripes.
Pyripes.
Pyripas, the
Pipes.
ripas.
Pyripa the riper.
Nope.
Nope.
Riper.
Start it over.
Nope.
Delete.
Riper.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So,
877, hey guys.
welcome to the BMFcast.
Yes, that's where we are.
Right.
If you have a
I know, we're
crappy
just
internet
bantering
and-
until
I know.
some people arrive.
We're just waiting for the peeps.
The word gets out and all of that.
Yeah.
This is how we do this.
I know.
Yeah, this is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Oh, we're getting flagged.
Oh, no, I'm not that
Nope,
good.
it's a cover.
Oh, yeah.
That is a cover of my earlier throat clearing.
Oh. No, it's good. Derivative.
Yeah.
You need to do a remix.
Auto-tune that shit.
Sick drops.
Sorry, you two
Here,
dig up dinosaurs.
You spelled y'all wrong.
Y'all?
You all.
Yeah. No, that's not. Where are you from, Chuck?
What?
Not
That's
here.
not how
apparently.
you spell that.
It's Y''ALL.
Yes.
It's commonly misspelled.
Well, that's a terrible way to misspell that.
Just like Little Champ.
Yeah.
Little.
They do it like Lil Champ.
Lil.
Yeah,
They
like
put the
or like
apostrophe in the
Lil
wrong
Kim.
place.
Yeah. Put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
They really do.
Yeah.
So,
So.
we're going to talk about Franklin and Bash.
Yep.
Wait, Liberty and Bash. The other
Tango and
Liberty.
Cash.
Couldn't split up Cato and Nash.
That's
Also
also
true.
true.
Pluto Nash.
The
Oh,
Adventures of?
we should have watched Pluto Nash.
Yeah, probably should have.
That's a bad movie staple.
It is.
I've heard that.
If you have a structured podcast,
Hey, chat, start chatting it up so we can start this show.
What
So we can light this
What
candle.
are you doing over there?
I'm just playing.
Are you drawing?
I might.
You should stop.
All right, well, I mean, we can start this up.
Oh!
Let's just go.
We
I
should
mean,
go. We should just fucking go.
Yeah, we'll just go.
Go.
Just
Yeah.
Clap it and go.
Hey, if they're not here, then they're not here. They can watch it later.
They'll get here when they get here.
Yeah,
and they'll
exactly.
hit play at the beginning.
Exactly.
Express elevator to hell.
Wait, can you
Going
do that?
down.
Like when you go on a live stream, can you be like, "Hey, start from the beginning"?
Yeah, I could slide the thing all the way back and start at the beginning right now.
Yeah.
if I
Alright,
want
cool.
to.
Yeah, we've had people do that.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
not
then they-
realize
oh,
they're
then
not
that's
caught
great.
up, and
Right.
they'll like comment on something we did 10 minutes ago. And
Yeah.
we're
Sure.
like, hey, that would have been funny 10 minutes ago.
Right.
It
You've
was
missed the
funny 10 minutes
zeitgeist.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Doesn't matter. They all go away anyway.
they do.
They do.
It's really a disappointing shame.
But the counter stays, which is
Hey, YouTube, here's an idea. Why don't you allow chat system to be embedded at the time that it plays, a la like SoundCloud? I don't know. You only have like a billion engineers that work for you.
it's probably some proprietary bullshit.
I don't think it is.
Totally. It's
I mean,
Pied
the
Piper.
search engine was a proprietary to somebody other than Google, I'm pretty
Oh.
sure. But, yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't stop them.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides, they have more lawyers than SoundCloud, I can guarantee you.
Chuck knows.
About Google lawyers?
Yeah, you've been notified by a
Google
few
law.
of them.
Oh yeah.
Let me Google
It
law
wasn't any
right
Google
now.
lawyers though. It
Oh.
was lawyers
It was-
for people who made a movie 30 years ago for $17.95.
And you could buy it for that much. And thus carry
buy it
the
at all.
entire cost of the movie.
You can never buy it anywhere. Grizzly. Where can you buy Grizzly?
You can buy Grizzly.
Oh.
Can't buy Grizzly 2.
Oh. That's
Where
'cause they
can
never
you buy
finished it,
Grizzly
right?
too?
Flea market.
They never actually finished that movie, right?
Right.
Okay. So you shouldn't be able to buy that movie.
No, it's a
'Cause
leaked
not
work print.
done.
It is an unfinished film
You're right. Anywho.
and hilarious.
And hilarious. So, podcast time, I think, right?
I would like to do a podcast.
A structured
Fair enough.
Podcasting. Need content now.
I wonder why I block ads.
I'll be a guest.
All right. Do we need the timer or not really an issue? Because, no, we won't talk about this
I
movie.
don't
very
see
much.
This
How?
movie will not be
Nope.
talked about for long.
Nope. All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Hey.
Episode 282.
All right.
That's a
Palindromes.
palindrome.
Nintendo.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is sometimes we break it down a notch because we probably shouldn't be that excited. But we go ahead, we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Sometimes an actual bad movie. We come in here and talk about them for the first half. Then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Hooray, Robot Jock.
Yeah.
Now on
Robot Jox
Blu-ray.
is pretty good.
Yes,
No commentary track from us, but that's okay.
it's okay. Bad movies. You get negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags and douchebags after Twilight.
Boo.
Those are the ones you just don't want to watch.
Boo, we don't like it.
No, movies with bags are bad.
Yeah. So, movie. We watched one.
We sure did.
1990s. Liberty and Bash.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't tell by the way we're all so very excited, let me tell you what this one's about via the magic of plot summary.
I'd like to hear it.
What did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Misleading plot summary.
Liberty, Bash, and their friend Jesse served together in a war in Central America. Now, Liberty and Bash work with youths, helping them stay out of crime
Utes?
and becoming a positive part of the community. But Jesse has gotten mixed up with the drug lords, and when he turns up dead, it's up to Liberty and Bash to declare another war, this time on the home front.
Utes.
Utes.
This time with the drug lords.
Declare another war on the home front.
Yeah.
Yep. Liberty, ampersand, Bash.
Right.
1990s.
1990.
Was
Liberty and
ampersand-
Bash.
It's listed at 89 on IMDb, but they're wrong.
Yeah, they're not correct.
The copyright at the end of the movie is 1990.
Yeah, it's one of the weird IMDb fuck ups.
Yep.
Yep.
So we got the titular characters are both BAMFcast alums.
Yeah.
You said tit.
Miles O'Keefe
Of Cartel.
Recent.
Also from 1990.
Yeah, recent BAMFcast alum.
and Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
Way back.
Sinbad in the
Sinbad and the Seven Seas.
Seven Seas, yeah. Well, he's never shown up ever again.
No.
Wow.
Amazing, isn't it?
That is pretty amazing.
Yep. But an early Banffcast favorite.
Yeah.
That movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie.
That is a better movie than this movie.
That is a better movie than this one. Now we will attempt to talk about this one as politically correct as we possibly can.
Okay.
as politically
Yeah.
correct as we possibly can.
I'm gonna try.
Let me go ahead and say that one more time. As politically correct
You don't have to
as
remind
we
me.
possibly can. Because this movie takes a weird turn in the second act
Yep.
and becomes very preachy.
Should we just go ahead and just discuss it right now?
No, we'll get there.
We'll get. I think
Okay.
we should
Yeah.
naturally get there. I'm just. This,
All
is,
right.
this is like a
This is
caveat before we even get there.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So this movie, as the plot summary implies, starts off where we're following the adventures of Jesse. And we don't really know who Jesse is at first, but there is a deal going down with him under a bridge. Like it looks like the LA River. I mean, we're seeing like shitty late 80s or 1990 LA.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so deal is going down. Limo pulls up and he's all twitchy and like, "Where's my money?" Guy goes to the trunk, pulls out a bag, hands it to him, and it's some dude's head in a bag, and he does a pretty spectacular freak out. Like this guy is overacting in like some pretty good ways. The Jesse guy,
Yeah.
like he kind of does like weird little runs and jumps and freak outs and things like that. So at first we're like, okay, this might be all right. We might be okay here. But dude's head is in the bag. He freaks out fairly appropriately, gets
Yeah.
the money.
Well, and we find out later he knows the guy.
Yes, yeah.
Whose
It's
head
Robbie.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Robbie.
they were both vets in this war in Central America,
The jungle.
the jungle. So he freaks out, probably not as much as you should have, given that they were such close friends or whatever. But bad guy.
You gotta play it cool, man.
Yeah, bad guy with mustache muddles murmurs something about he was a Fed, blah blah blah. Here we showed him,
Yeah.
and gives him money, which is like he's giving him money so they can give it to some other bad guys that pull up in a van like 10 seconds later. But before they pull up, like cops come and start trying to break all this down. Like they're harassing a homeless guy who saw all this. They see the head on the ground. That's really what stops them. They're driving around. They're like, "Oh my god, head on the ground! What's going on?" And
Looking like a fool with your head on the ground.
so they try to get Jesse. Like he makes a noise and has to come out from behind the column where he's hiding. And they're about to like arrest him. And the van comes up. Guys jump out and. It's pretty funny just because like guys got one of those. I mean, it's like cheap movie gun. It's probably not real at all, but it's like it's supposed to look kind of like a Sten, like the old British like World War II gun, those like with the sideways magazine, and but it's funny because it's like but it's very much semi-automatic because the guy gets out and is just like banging the trigger like you see the guys play Time Crisis in the arcade, like just to make this thing fire the blanks as fast as he possibly can, and so the cops just like. Oh, I'm dead and fall down. And they very hastily make whatever exchange. Guy goes, throws in the money. I don't even really know what we really never learn what the hell.
It looks like a piece of cloth.
Yeah, I think
the Shroud of
I
Turin.
think he was like. I think the implication by the end of the movie is he was selling them information about where these missing drugs were that they found back when they were in wherever they were.
No, it was the drugs because
It was?
he hides them later in that Godzilla pinata.
Oh, okay.
I
That
thought
we
it was-
never
oh.
see again.
No, because they were asking for the money later, aren't they?
I don't know that the guy was apparently what the deal was like mustache guy who was like our apparent from the very beginning of the movie bad guy wants money because I guess he was like facilitating this whole deal with corrupt cops. Doesn't really matter. There's a convoluted crime going on. It involves Jesse, this mustachioed dude, and and some corrupt cops that we don't really find out who they are until very late in the movie. Like they almost don't even play a part in this whole scheme, really.
Yeah.
But Jesse is now standing there. Like there's dead cops. There's his dead friend's head, and he just kind of like Scooby Doo runs his way off screen.
Yes.
And gets back home, and we find out later it's his sister. Like we have no context for who this lady is, but she's like in his house in her underwear, like half shirt and all, and like
I thought it was a babysitter.
yeah, that's
for
what
like
that's
half
what it
the
seemed
movie.
like, or like our wife's best friend or something like that. Because like he because of his haste and all this craziness, he like drops his keys or whatever. So he's like busting in through his own house side window where she is. Chilling out on the bed, and she pulls a gun on him, and it's like, "Hey, it's me," whatever. And she just begins immediately dressing him down, like, "Why are you still doing this life of crime? Your wife had to work or go do something, and I've been watching your kids, and you should get out of this shit." Just nag. Like we don't. Like I said, we have no idea who she is. Like I'm like, this is a weird dress down.
Yeah.
While she's not wearing hardly anything to whoever this guy is. But like I said, we find out later that's his little sister.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's just like, I got to do what I got to do. As you said, goes in the bathroom, stuffs, I assume the drugs. It's not very much drugs, whatever it is, into this pinata. It's like it's like a shitty Godzilla T-Rex pinata thing.
T-Rex yada.
Yeah, T-Rex yada.
Yeah.
And then, like, that's it. I think he hangs it outside somewhere, and it's like, that's done. Like, that MacGuffin.
Never see that again.
That Godzilla is gone.
Godzilla.
Yeah, but, and then she's just, like, yelling at him. He's like, I gotta go. He changes clothes and leaves. And, like, what's funny is, like, he puts on what looks like he's escaped from jail clothes.
Yeah.
He puts on the shirt that's just, like,
Black and white striped
horizontal
shirt, yeah.
black and white striped shirt. And it's like, all right.
Yeah. But, like,
And leaves.
the babysitter sister lady is yelling at him the whole time, call Liberty.
Oh, yeah, call Liberty.
Yeah, which just sounds
Liberty
like call
will
your
help you out.
insurance company.
877.
So it's just, he'll help you. You guys were in the shit. And he's like, yeah, we were in the shit, but it was a different shit. This is new shit.
Yeah, because this is like 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the movie.
This is fast. Like, I mean,
Well, not fast,
well-
but we have not seen either of the
No, right.
titular
Yeah,
characters
Liberty
yet.
or Bash have not appeared in this film so
All
far.
we've had is Jesse running around.
Right. And there's still more Jesse running around.
because he goes I don't know, like, does he go, I don't even know what his plan is. He just kind of leaves and, like, immediately gets noticed that he notices that he's being followed and, like, just starts doing the whole, like, duck into places. He ducks into, like, some kind of clothing store and finally is like, okay, guys are actually following me. I need to call Liberty. You know, this needs to happen.
We called him once and didn't
Hung up,
speak to him.
That's right.
Yeah. So
also this brings up a good point. Like, there's a really weird thing in this movie. Well, there's lots of weird things in this movie, but one of them is, like, you know, if you ever want, like, one of those time capsule pieces of what was a payphone,
yeah,
this movie has them everywhere and in the strangest locations, because this shady under the, like, really, it's like they built this overpass so that there could be drug deals under it, because there's, like, this shitty little overpass on the LA River with a phone booth, like an old school full-on Superman phone booth.
Yeah.
Under this, and it's just like, is this for the homeless guys or the drug dealers or both?
right. There's
And
no
so-
reason
so,
for
like,
that to be there.
That's like our first instance of the phone booth. But yeah, he stops to call him and hangs up. I don't know why. After Liberty picks up, and we briefly
He doesn't know whether or not to get Liberty involved in this, man.
when he
They
calls-
were buds back
yeah.
in the service.
Yeah.
Right.
When he calls the first time, we get a little bit of Liberty backstory that he's. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck he is. I mean, he's like he's kind of a cop, but he's like,
He's a community-centered detective
Sort of.
/ lawyer.
sure, that's a thing.
He's
Yeah,
an
I mean,
advocate.
Yeah, he's an
an
advocate.
He's an ally.
He's the Paul Heyman of this
I
movie.
was going to say, I'm Liberty Bash.
Yeah.
And I am
His
the
name's not
advocate.
Liberty Bash.
Bash is a different
What is
guy.
his last name?
No, the other guy's name is Bash
What
Liberty.
is his
He
last
only has
name?
Liberty. That's his
Yes.
name.
He's
Yeah.
Liberty Bash.
All he's
and
ever
then
referred
Mr.
to is
Liberty.
Lou Ferrigno is Bash
His name
Liberty.
is actually Ted Liberty.
Yes.
Oh, from accounting.
Yes. But anyway, he
His
works.
first name
Eric
is Liberty.
Liberty.
And his last name starts with a T.
I still don't understand what his
He's
job
like
is.
Mr. T.
Because
Liberty.
he spends all his time at a community center.
Yeah.
But he also spends a lot of time going to the courthouse and to the police station. So I don't really know what he is.
He's like an advocate. Like
Yeah, he's
sure.
a
he's
community outreach
Yeah.
guy.
Yes. Anyway, we get a little bit of backstory with him where he shows up for work, he talks to some people, he talks to a lady who, like, hits on him in this weird, like, Scarlett O'Hara voice thing. That goes on way too long, and she never breaks it that first time. So I'm like, is that really how you talk? Like, is this going to be the whole movie like that?
Yeah.
And then he, you know, I think he saves one degenerate guy, like, from going to jail. He's like, you know, I'll send you this outreach program. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
Asian guy named Wonton.
Well,
Yeah.
it's Juan.
Yes.
Ton.
Juan.
Yeah, Juan.
Yeah.
Juanton.
Juanton.
Because yes, he keeps calling him like Holmes and stuff.
Right.
Which is, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something.
Wonton.
Yeah.
Juanton.
Sends him to Scared Straight program.
Right. Lou Ferrigno's Scared Straight program.
Right.
But we don't know this yet.
No.
It's just like he's like, I'm going to get you out of this. It's an unorthodox, rehabilitation thing. You're going to go there, and but you won't be in jail.
Yep.
Thanks, bro. You're the best.
Yeah, and he has an off-camera court date.
Right.
Gets another guy out,
Yes.
and then we just see them emerging into an alley.
Yeah. Somewhere along the way, he got the hang-up phone call from
Right.
Jesse. You know.
He was in his office.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was after he told
But yeah.
Wonton.
But yeah, Jesse's just going to freak out and run around and hide for a while longer.
Yeah.
But yes, he goes and he has like they can't even bother to find anything that even remotely looks like a courtroom. They just have a voiceover,
Right.
Like
Yes.
judge and everything.
Yeah.
Like
the whole
on the scene
court
of the
case
street.
Yeah.
is over other footage.
Yeah.
You never see it.
So yeah, a guy comes out and it's just like, yeah, all right, you're going to be in this program, and I think this is the first time, because this is when Lou Ferrigno and like 3 of his, I don't know,
Scared Straight
his
helpers.
Bone Thugs in Harmony. I don't know what they are. I mean, it's this like guys come up like they're basically like an organized gang, like a law abiding gang.
Yeah.
Because like
They're like the Hell's Angels.
well.
Okay.
Sure.
More like Guardian.
Yeah, I was going to say more like
Guardian
Guardian.
Angels,
I think that's what you mean.
Yeah.
So they like.
No, I meant the Hell's Angels.
Oh, all right.
Don't besmirch
Oh,
them.
okay.
Okay.
They stab a guy in Altamont? What the hell?
Anyway, like he's just like, you're going to be part of this crew. Just kind of do what they say, and you'll stay out of jail. And they do the walk up out of frame and out of shadow. And there's Lou Ferrigno for the first time in this movie.
Yep.
And they're like.
We're about 30 minutes
They're
into
like
this
punching
point.
their hands and stuff. Like, we're going to kick this guy's ass. But basically, they're just all muscle bound, and
Yeah.
they have some kind of logo on their shirt that's whatever.
Never
thing they are.
explained, never
No.
focused on, whatever it is, doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's his Lou Ferrigno Scared Straight program.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, because later on they show them training, and it's just like him just screaming at people,
Yep.
like a guy's doing push-ups, and he just kind of steps on his back, and
Yeah.
and he's on the phone during the scene. He's on the phone with somebody, and he's just like, "Get up that rope!"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Sorry about that."
Well, he's like standing on a guy's back while he's doing push-ups, and
Yeah.
all kinds of bad things.
But yeah,
yells at
he's
one
like
guy to do
alternating
it-
between being nice on the phone
Yeah.
Right.
and just screaming at people.
Yeah. But he's also like yelling at one guy to do his math problems. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a well-rounded gang
Yes.
building,
Yeah. You can't be a good part of the community unless you learn how to read. Now,
Yeah.
learn how to read!
Yeah, read harder. Read more quickly.
But we should mention this is actually Lou Ferrigno, not dubbed,
Yeah.
which is a rarity
Yeah.
in movies. I mean, all of his Italian movies, he was dubbed.
Yes.
But yeah, and Hulk, he was just
Yes, he
not
was.
a lot of speaking lines in that.
No.
But, this is actually Lou Ferrigno.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's that whole weird subset of that's happening, and that's Lou Ferrigno's story. And really, that's all you need to know about him. He's just kind of there to occasionally show up and menace.
Yeah.
And so back to Jesse, because we're not done with him yet.
Yeah.
He freaks out a few more times, finally tries to call Liberty from like a clothing store literally across the way from this community center.
Yep.
Now, before I get to that conversation, I must mention that a couple times in the day, they've bothered to show that for whatever reason, there are protesters outside this community center.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know why. Again, they never bothered to remotely try to explain it.
They are pro-life protesters.
Yes.
Outside
Why
of
they're at a
community
community center is weird,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because nothing else regarding that
Uh-huh.
is shown to be going on.
No.
This is
at this
literally
community
like
center. This is like
hey, you have some pull with the police and the judicial system. So like, my husband's possibly wrongfully accused in jail. I need you to,
Yeah.
advocate on his behalf.
Yeah.
That's what this place is.
Yeah.
yeah.
It gives that weird impression that there's something like this is a Planned Parenthood hybrid facility of some kind, but it's not. It absolutely isn't. It's more like legal
Yeah.
advice and paperwork assistance and Scared Straight programs and stuff like that. So why these people are outside, I don't know. I mean, it seems like the extent of that kind of thing that would be going on in this place is here's a business card to somewhere that may be able to help you with that. That's all this place really could and
Right.
does do.
But it's not a large group. It's maybe 8 to 10 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
However-
enough. It's enough that when Jesse decides to call Liberty, he gets him on the phone. And finally talks to him. He says, "Man, I'm in big trouble. You got to help my wife." And he starts going about like, "You got to help my wife and kids." As the bad guy is now coming from the back of the store to tackle him, misses him and gets tangled up with another shopper. And then so he's like, "I'm real nearby. I'll see you in a minute."
Yeah.
And starts running for the community center and runs into this group of protesters, who begin to violently stop him from going inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah,
what?
he I want to explain to these people there's not really anything he can do
Nope.
that you would be protesting against,
His
and he
entrance-
certainly doesn't look like a doctor
Nope.
of any
No.
kind.
No.
So
Him entering that building does not interfere with your cause whatsoever.
No,
Yeah.
but
pretty much.
this convoluted plot point keeps him from going
Yeah.
inside and
But
meeting up
they
with the
get
person.
angry and they're like holding him back
Oh, yeah.
from
They're
getting
like,
in there.
"No.
They're like, "No, we are
No.
barring you from entering
How dare
the
you."
community center."
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is the convoluted plot point that he doesn't ever actually meet up with Liberty until it's too late because of pro-life protesters at this community center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah,
So-
but he ends up climbing the fence, and
And
the two guys that
running
are
the fuck
chasing
away,
him
yeah.
are just like, "Shucks, that fence stopped us." And,
Now-
and he ends up spending the night sleeping next to a dumpster.
Yeah, because this whole this begins this is pretty much like the start of these. I don't know. There's one event coming up soon that kind of begins the stupid or ends the first act and begins the stupid second act. But I'm going to sum up the rest of the first act because it's also convoluted. Liberty goes, I don't know why, goes to a strip club. I think because he's supposed to meet up with the sister who we didn't know was the sister, who also turns out to be a stripper. She's getting off work, but is being sort of menaced by the same two guys. There's really only two henchmen in this movie.
Yeah.
The same two henchmen chasing both Jesse and everybody else.
He's a shitty gang drug dealer.
Oh, it really
if
is.
he only
They-
has two henchmen.
Right.
And they're both
Yeah.
kind of shitty.
And at
There.
some point, they've shown him like having like the main bad guy, like
He was in a tub.
yeah,
He's having a meeting in the
in
tub.
a tub,
Yes.
getting
that-
like
ugh.
a kind of a sponge bath, but the girl looks like very not into giving him a sponge
It was
bath.
one of those mitts, and
whatsoever.
she was just like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Scrub.
While the two henchmen are sitting there,
Like, it's an uncomfortably small bathroom, too. That's what
Yeah.
makes it even better. Like, one
Yeah.
guy is basically taking this meeting sitting on the toilet because there's nowhere else to be.
yeah, and you can only see him in the mirror because
Not sitting on it, like, using it, but
Yeah,
just
there's just no room to get everyone in the
Right.
shot.
yeah, it's awkward, and he's taking a call on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
phone inside the bathtub.
But the point is, we meet this guy
Yeah.
at this point,
Yeah.
and we're not going to see him for a while.
No.
Right.
But he's basically just like, "Get my money."
we saw him in the
Want
beginning
my
of the movie
money.
too.
He was the one who
Oh, yeah.
threw the head out. Yeah.
But anyway, we're kind of like I said, he's, for what we're led to believe is the bad guy of the movie. He's really not. He's just a middleman.
Yeah.
A stupid middleman with two henchmen.
Yep.
But these henchmen are menacing the exotic dancer sister. Let's go with that. And Liberty shows up and is just like, she's onto it, like, because another lady in the place is like, there's these two guys looking for her, and of course she does the I'm going to escape through the bathroom window because you always can in a movie.
Yeah.
And immediately runs into Liberty, and she's like, oh my god, these guys, we gotta get out of here. And then they just magically use Chuck Norris powers because they get in the car and immediately take off, and then the guys just go and sit up from the car that was parked right behind them.
Right.
Like
How they
knew-
would have gotten.
like how they would number one, how would they have gotten there, but how would they have known?
Yeah. How they would have gotten past. I mean, like, logically, it just doesn't work. But
no, it
whatever.
doesn't
They're
work. Yeah. So they're following them.
Yeah.
So that really only leads to a scene like almost the next scene, but I think he ends up talking to Jesse one more time or something. But anyway, he goes, like, he leaves the girl who's just been menaced by henchmen, leaves her behind, and of course, like, there's a scene we don't see where they go and visit her and beat her the fuck up.
Yep.
And he just comes to, like, her aid, but she's all
Yeah.
like broken jawed, and I mean, she just looks messed up, and the place is trashed. And he's like, "What happened? Let me touch you on the face."
Yeah.
The part where you are bruised the most.
Yeah.
Let me touch you
Let
there.
me bruise that up a
Yeah.
little more for you.
Yeah,
Please.
I mean, it's weird, and she just I mean, obviously she's got a messed up jaw, but I honestly didn't understand a word she said. Something about Jesse, trouble, Jesse, he's here, something, Jesse.
Jesse.
And so he goes running off to now meet up with Jesse, who is in some room being menaced by the guys, tied up on a cement block with a wire around his neck to the rafters. And they're like, tell us where it is, tell us where it is. He busts in and is like, I know where it is. Don't kill. If you don't kill him, I'll tell you where it is.
And they
Yeah,
go,
Liberty,
hey,
of course,
they both know where it is.
Liberty, of course, has no idea what they're even talking about. He's
Yeah.
just trying to help his friend who
Right.
saved him in the shit.
In the shit.
Yeah.
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 They make a point to tell us that he saved his life,
Yeah.
and so he owes him life debt or whatever.
But the henchmen are basically like, fuck you. And
Yeah.
then they just kick the cement block out
Yeah.
from under Jesse.
And then
rude.
run away.
Yes. And then just immediately just, woo!
Right, yeah, he kind of like hits one of them, and they're just like, "Oh, we give up, bye."
Yep. Later.
And
Yeah.
he-
So the point is to find out where the money is.
or whatever.
So they
They kill the guy
kill
who
the one
definitely
guy that
knows.
definitely knows.
And run away.
from the other guy that says he knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And then it would appear that Liberty then kind of swings gently from Jesse's dangling body.
Yeah.
I mean, because he doesn't seem to put up much fight into lifting him up so that he doesn't choke.
No, he's just kind of hanging on to him like, oh, you were hung. That's a tragedy.
Yeah.
Even though, like,
Apparently, Jesse's neck is made of paper mache because he dies like instantly.
Well, he was hanged, because if he was hung, that would be a whole different movie.
okay, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Apologies.
Yeah.
I'll conjugate better next time.
to understand how this works.
Diagram your sentence.
Yeah. But yeah, so Jesse's dead.
Yeah.
I guess the money dies with him. Who knows?
Sure.
Never see the
'Cause,
money.
Yeah.
It never comes back up. But
The
now
money everyone wants.
Liberty
We're
is
calling now.
ostensibly now on a revenge mission for his scumbag friend Jesse.
Totally. The movie's finally kicking into
Yep.
gear
So-
now. Liberty and Bash are going to get together and gear up
Yep.
and fucking murder everyone.
Fuck yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Wait.
What? Record scratch?
You've missed out on a couple things here.
What?
That have been going on in the sidelines of this movie.
Okay.
All right.
Tell
Have
us.
we?
Okay, for one, there's a running subplot of basically all of their, the people they've been social counseling or whatever you want to call it. Just the cops are just like arresting them with no evidence and just
Sure.
like they were there, so they're responsible because
Yeah.
they have records, even though
Yep.
they have no evidence against them or any of that. So there's a lot of back and forth with him going to the precinct, trying to talk to people. One of the detectives who was in one of our earlier movies as well is there.
Oh, the guy was in Black Gun.
Yeah, he's. There's something else really recent now. I can't remember it.
Are you
of
talking about
course.
Sledgehammer Dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, Sledgehammer Dude.
The Sledgehammer Dude was in
Sledgehammer Dude was in American Ninja 2.
Yes.
He was the lion.
Right. Yeah,
But
the
he is-
detective guy was in Black
Yeah,
Gun.
but
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sledgehammer guy is like the. I guess he's like the city councilman or something.
He's the
But-
commissioner.
Yeah, but they have this weird meeting where everyone's sitting in the room, like all the social workers, and he shows up and Liberty shows up for like 10 seconds to get yelled at by the guy because he's like, "Oh, your guys are back in jail again. You're
Yeah.
not doing your job."
Yeah, way to go. Way to
Yeah.
keep getting your guys arrested.
Yeah, and he's like, the charges are trumped up. Blah blah blah. There's that stuff going on.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of back and forth there.
Okay.
He's also got the girlfriend who did the Scarlett O'Hara thing in the beginning. Who every time he's with her, he's making breakfast.
And then runs
and
away.
then running away. And she says, we never spent any time together. We need to talk more. And he goes, that's great and all, but I got to go.
Yeah, see ya. I really...
Well,
Yeah.
Because, like, in their first conversation, like, her, like, third line of dialogue in the movie is basically like, I've got a doctor's appointment. Mm-hmm. As soon as she says that, I'm like, oh, here we go. Mm-hmm. Starting early.
Yeah. So eventually, yes, she tells him she's pregnant.
Eventually.
Which we all were like, well, of course she's pregnant. Because we were making jokes about her. Eventually telling him she was pregnant.
right.
For, like, the first 5 minutes of the time they were together before she finally... Well, it's actually like 2 or 3 scenes later.
Oh,
that
yeah.
she finally
Even the
tells
first
him.
time he's like, she has her little Scarlett O'Hara moment, but the first time they're together at home and it's like, okay, yes, they're a couple. He's waking up and cooking her, and he's like, I made you egg surprise.
He's
We're
cooking
like,
her.
Cooking for her.
Yeah.
And he's made her egg surprise. And we're like, yeah, surprise, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. But
But-
no, she's just like, maybe
I
now's not
needed
the
to
time.
talk, yeah.
He's running
Yeah.
away, so...
And eventually, yeah, she gets to tell him, hey, I'm pregnant. Mm-hmm. And he goes, that's great. That's awesome. We're going to have a baby together. And she's like,
Is it a good thing?
She's like, you're kind of a loose cannon.
yeah.
You're
And,
never home and you work with drug dealers?
yeah. So
you might
all of a
die
sudden...
soon. I'm also interested in doing things.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, this kind of becomes the main plot for a while.
I would say, yes, the absolute main plot.
Where it's...
For longer than
Yes.
it should.
Yes.
And it's very weird because they dance around the subject worse than we are dancing around it right now.
Yeah.
Where
And we're
they're-
trying to dance pretty.
Yeah.
They avoid
Lightly.
the A word for a very long time in this movie.
Very long time. To the point where it's like a revelation at the end when someone says it.
Yeah.
That's
But
like the climax
it's very
of the
clear
movie.
that she is deciding that she has a choice she has to make.
Mm-hmm.
And he is saying that
He's becoming increasingly worse through the entire second act of this movie, to the
Yeah.
point that at first he's like, what about us? We can move to a house with a white picket fence. To the very end, it's like, what are you doing with my baby?
Yeah.
My baby.
yeah.
Yeah. And the whole time she's like, well, I don't know. I want to think about it and then make a choice about what I want to do
Yeah,
here.
My baby.
And she basically says, I have a career. I don't know if I'm ready to
Yeah.
give that up and
It's-
be a mother. There's a lot of argument from the two sides.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Though the
There's
two
a pros
sides,
and cons list going on.
it
The
goes
two
on-
sides make it very clear where each of them stands.
It goes on to then have another scene because there's another slightly older lady who works in the community center who I guess she's like the boss because she has a nicer office than everyone. It's not a nice office. She has a nicer office than everyone else.
I thought she was
She had
what's
more
his
plans.
name's like assistant or secretary.
I don't
No,
think
she was an
so.
actual caseworker.
Yeah, I think
she
was-
did more actual cases.
She had the
than he
nice
did.
office. Everyone else
Yeah.
kind of didn't seem to ever
Yeah.
have an office. Anyway, but there's a scene with Liberty and her walking down the street, literally taking two sides of a debate team argument.
Yeah.
like very clearly, and it's like,
It is a high school conversation that
What?
they're having.
Yeah.
It's just some regurgitated plot point or talking points, and it's like yeah.
And the thing, you know what I find funny is all these people were protesting this place, and yet everyone that works there except her is like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's not something you should be doing.
Yeah, it's weird. Because
And yet everyone's protesting this place.
right, everyone in the place has the opinion of no, you really don't want to do that.
yeah. But I mean, it's at this point where like they're walking on the street, just literally having this conversation. I'm like, the fuck movie are we watching?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because
This is
like
weird.
we had drug dealers and people getting shot, and that at some point during this, the bad guys come after Liberty at his place.
Yes.
After she has almost broken up with him over an argument about the whole, you're going to get yourself killed.
Well,
I'm
he
gonna have-
convinces her
if
to
I'm going
stay.
to have a baby,
Yeah,
you got to be here, but you're not doing this right.
he convinces
You
her
know,
to stay with more sex.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they have the sex, and then while they're in
Yes.
bed, dudes with shotguns come out.
Yeah,
and just
in the
start
alleyway.
blasting. Yeah,
and so
Which, yeah,
suddenly,
apparently he's made a phone call to Lou Ferrigno of, hey, watch my place.
right.
yeah, because Lou
So I can
Ferrigno
bone
and
this lady.
yeah.
In peace.
So Lou
Give her a
Ferrigno
piece.
and his
In peace.
and his crew are in the alley, and
Yeah.
suddenly there's shotguns blasting, and they're beating the crap out of these guys, and Lou Ferrigno gets to fist fight both of them
Yeah,
and eventually beat them up.
he's the only one who actually does any good. The other 20 henchmen just immediately are just useless.
They're kids, by the way.
I know.
Mostly.
It's-
I'm
Yes.
not saying this to
underprivileged,
you.
But
I'm
they've
saying
been
this to the
yelled
world.
at by Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
But listen, Lou Ferrigno sent children to beat up two thugs.
Utes.
Yes,
He sent Utes.
He sent
Yes.
Utes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't let Lou Ferrigno around these Utes.
He's got apparently a legal scared straight program that he's allowed to
but
run.
it doesn't seem very responsible.
There are several people in this movie that should probably not be around Utes.
yeah.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah.
But
But so they end up beating up those two guys, and of course Liberty wakes up, and she wakes up, and he's kind of like, maybe I should go downstairs and check on that. And it's like, yeah, somebody was shooting shotguns in our dumpster
yeah, maybe
just
take a
outside the
look.
window. Maybe you should take a look. So he
And
goes
yeah.
out and he's like, I'm glad I told you to keep an eye on this.
Yeah, but he takes like the longest route ever to get there because
Oh, yeah.
they hear the shotguns and he's like, stay here, and he throws a shirt on and goes to go outside.
It takes him 20 minutes
And
to get
then
outside.
the entirety of the fight happens, and then he rolls up after the carnage, and he's just like, "Thanks for having my back, man."
The only things to note about this are, number one, like his students are not very good at fighting.
Right.
Like they're getting their ass kicked a lot. And then eventually,
Needs to
I
yell at
guess
them
they,
more.
they finally deal with the smaller of the two guy, but the bald, muscular dude and Lou Ferrigno basically end up throwing down in a feats of strength.
Yes, they do. They do the wrestling like, "Come on, test strength with me."
Yeah.
Which in a real fight is dumb.
But
Pretty
yeah,
dumb.
yeah. But eventually he throws his hands down and then begins to punch him and
Yeah.
repeatedly.
No, he doesn't. He headbutts him in the gut.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, Ferrigno wins one way or another, and the culmination of this is Ferrigno's basically like, we're going to take care of these guys, and Liberty's like, no, take him to the police station. We're
Yeah.
doing this all by the books.
Yeah, I don't know what they were going to do. Put him in the wood chipper or something.
I don't know. Yeah, they were going to bushimi them. Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, no, just take him to
Yeah,
the law.
no,
It's
no.
okay.
And he's like, oh man,
Yeah.
all right, help me, Dino and Bobby or whatever his name was. I don't know. Like, I was so looking forward to one of them was name was Dino.
and Bobby.
There was one of them's name was literally that's the
Yeah.
only one I remember because
Maybe Wonton was there too.
Wonton might
Yeah.
have been there.
but yeah, I think he was actually.
Yeah, he was.
But
Yeah, but she sees this out the window as like,
yeah, no,
This life,
nothing's going to
Nope.
change.
yeah.
it's the worst.
So
Oh.
in a nutshell, what happens now is they take him to the cops, and because the cops are corrupt, they immediately let them go. So all of this starts right back up literally the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also he goes to the funeral
Right.
of Jesse, where he meets
We
up with the sister.
Finally meet the wife, who's been talked about a lot,
Yeah.
but hasn't shown up for near the 45, nearly an hour of this movie
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, it's close to the start of Act 3 when this
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, but he I don't know. He talks to her. She's just just
my
a lady.
kids.
Yeah,
find
my kids.
find the
whatever.
stuff. Please with the kids and
Yeah.
things.
Protect us.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Basically, God, what does happen? I don't even know.
I can
Well,
sum this
he's-
up in a couple sentences.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
It gets increasingly uncomfortable between
Yes.
Liberty and his girlfriend to where it basically becomes a shouting match of I am pro-life, you are pro-choice, we are shouting at each other. And it
And she runs up crying, and has also gone to see the older lady, whatever,
Yeah.
and gotten a card for some competent people that could take care of this.
right
Out of state.
Out of state.
Yeah.
But also, there is a point where he is talking to the coworker, and he says, "I just want to chain her to the bed and not let her up until she puts that baby into my
he says
hands."
for 9 months.
For 9
until
months.
that baby pops out into my hand.
Yeah, and he's not really
and
saying
this
it
is
like
almost an exact quote
Yeah.
from the movie.
and it's not a
Pretty
joke.
close.
He's not joking.
No.
And that's what's really, really strange and uncomfortable about everything that's going on is he's increasingly nutty about this. Like,
Yeah,
it's keep
bad
in mind
because-
this movie's called Liberty and Bash, and it's about drug lords and a drug deal gone
Yeah.
bad, and their jungle friend has
Yeah.
been killed, and
Lou Ferrigno.
yeah, fighting and car chases and explosions. But no, the entire second half is devoted to this dumbass high school debate team discussion about this topic, and it makes you hate almost everyone involved. Mm-hmm. Including Liberty. Well, I don't
Almost?
hate the girlfriend. The
I
girlfriend
actually-
is perfectly acceptable.
I now actually hate the concept of liberty because of this movie.
Well, we said that
But
kid's
Bash
going to be
is
named
still
Tyranny,
okay.
so
Yeah.
Bash has nothing to do with anything. He just shows up like a like
when you
like
need
a
somebody
wizard.
beat up. He's like the Hulk.
He just shows up out of the mist, like I'm here. You know, it's like,
He's just going from town to town solving problems.
Right,
Walking
exactly.
off
Yeah.
sad music.
Yeah. But so yeah, there's that whole debate going on throughout.
Yeah.
And eventually, how does it get to the point where I guess he finds out the club where the henchmen have gone
Sure.
and where the bad guy
Yeah.
is?
yeah, because
And
he and Bash like meet up and
With
gun
guns.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
like,
like,
yeah, like, we're taking
let's
care of
fucking
this shit."
do this.
And it's even weirder because they
one
just,
gun apiece.
like-
I mean, they didn't.
it's more
gun
than
up.
anyone has had up
Yeah.
until this point.
But
Yes.
the gun up montage is also ruined by the fact that this is now directly. I think he's actually still in the same room. We haven't even had a scene change. He's yelling at her about my baby, my rights, not your rights, my rights to the baby.
Yeah.
And she runs off like crying, gets in a car, and is like ostensibly going to whatever clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's like, all right, it's time to gun up. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like it's just literally like, well, okay, I've said my piece. Let me
We
go
should probably
gun up
mention
here.
they started this argument with him just doing armbar curls,
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's
Weird.
standing on
He's-
his
yeah.
roof,
angrily working
like,
out.
not even looking at her or speaking to her
Nope.
while she's trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And half of it he's just muttering to himself, like
My
baby. Yep.
It's working out.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
It's one of those cases where like you wonder, you kind of don't wonder where the filmmakers stood on any of this because they make his argument so terribly for him that it's kind of like that had to be intentional, right?
I think it had to be pointing out some kind of hypocrisy because he very clearly wants to murder people in the
Oh,
third
yeah.
act
Yeah.
with his bare hands.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
And
really?
it's
And does.
for someone who is so, I mean, I know it just fits that stereotype, and that's what it seems like this movie's trying to do, but to do it with your hero is the wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's so unbelievable. You look this movie up on the internet, and there's no mention of any of this.
Yeah.
Until we added IMDb, which I think we should.
It's not a plot keyword. It's not on the Wikipedia page. It is nowhere, and
Yep.
it is a huge chunk of this movie.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
anyway, now
So anyway, they've
he's
gone
geared
to
up,
the
and
club.
it's like back to the movie you thought you were going to watch.
Yeah.
Because, almost. There's another whole thing coming up soon, but he gears up. Lou Ferrigno gears up. They jump in their badass El Camino and go down to this club. And now this is a fully functional, albeit strange, nightclub. There are ladies dancing in skimpy outfits. There are guys dancing in skimpy outfits, and then there's just standard patrons
Yes.
and a standard bar.
They don't discriminate.
It's a strange club, but it's fully functional. And he just walks right in, gun up in the air, not trying to disguise it everyone, and everyone righteously drops to the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh dear God.
And the
Yeah, they know
DJ
it's time
just
to
picks
get
up
the
a
fuck
phone
out.
and goes, "He's here."
Right.
yeah. And so, like, and so he's just like going straight up the stairs, and we hear the conversation of some people upstairs about, yeah, he's just coming up all by himself. This guy's crazy. We're going to take him.
Well, the
And-
wife is up there. Jesse's wife is up there, and she's
Yeah,
I didn't notice that at first. I mean, I knew she was there, but I didn't recognize it was her. I was like, I thought it was just lady,
Yeah.
I thought it might be Sponge Bath lady.
No,
they didn't linger on her long enough for me to go, oh, that's the wife. Mostly because she's barely in the movie, and I
Right.
didn't
Yeah.
have any time to identify with her.
But no, it's her, and she's there with Mr. B, the
Right.
the boss guy, and
Yeah,
she's just
Liberty
like,
comes through the
"Hi,
door
Mr. P."
and just like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
yeah. And because she's like, you said you wouldn't kill him, and and Mr. B's just like, as soon as you see his head, fucking shoot him.
Yeah.
End this.
So he does blast one of the guys who killed Jesse
Oh, right through a window.
right through it, like,
Yeah, the not strong guy.
yeah, machine gun to the chest, blow him through
the
the.
crazy thing is that this looks like the old school, like non tempered glass, because like it looks like it
Yeah.
breaks, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's just sugar glass, but I mean, it
Yeah.
breaks like old school glass.
Yep.
And I was like,
It's non-tempered sugar glass.
yeah, non-tempered sugar glass. Yeah.
Non-tempered sugar glass.
But yeah, it's but then he like they get in this weird confrontation where Mr. B is like taking the wife and is like, I'll kill her, and then it somehow manages to like back out of the scene.
Yeah,
Like, he runs away with
He just
her.
gets out somehow,
Yeah.
and Liberty has to fight the
Big
giant
dude.
bald man.
Yeah, big dude. So
Yeah.
he fights and strangles, and like the way the fight goes is like they end up like kind of going around this room, and it's like a private part of the bar, because like there's bar paraphernalia. There's like a secondary bar and like little bottle tables and things
Yeah,
like that with
it's like
lights. and
private
stuff.
office
but
for
they,
entertaining.
But they go around and basically like knock out all the lights.
Yeah.
and it, like almost seemingly on purpose.
yeah,
And-
so the floor is lit, but
Yeah.
you can't see either participant. They're
Right.
just kind of wrestling around, so you can tell they're two bodies, and that's about it.
right. But so like, anyway, he ends up like wrapping a cord around his neck and strangling him to death. Thus going back to the original
Yes.
revenge thing. Okay.
Never gives the guy a chance. Never just like, hey man, you want to be scared straight or something? Let's fix. No, it's just
Nope.
like, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
Well, he's murdered both henchmen now. Yeah. Yes.
Whatever.
Okay. I don't know where Frigno was in all this, because
He was in the alley guarding the gate.
because Guy is about to get away, and they do this whole thing where they confront her and confront. Is this the point where it comes out that like she was in on all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the wife basically like it gets revealed either through
Lou
her.
Ferrigno and the gang
Yeah.
have stopped him in the alley with the girl.
That's
Right.
my favorite Saturday
Lou and
night
the
cartoon.
gang.
Lou and the gang.
But basically, like she gave up Jesse, her own husband, in order to get away and be absolved of all this, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're like, and the sister's just shown up out of nowhere. Probably.
Yeah.
Well, this was her club, I think. Is this? No, this isn't the strip club.
She was there. She drove up.
Is
with
this place
them or
also
something.
the strip
Yes.
club?
Yes.
Okay.
One club.
But yeah,
Whatever.
but she's suddenly with the gang and just out of nowhere, something like, you bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you two-faced bitch. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And-
So like Mr. B is threatening to shoot her in the face, and everyone in the crowd is like, "Fuck her! What a piece of shit!" And
Yeah.
it's like, well, this is an awkward negotiation.
Yeah, and the wife is like, I've got kids to worry
Yeah.
about. And she's like, you don't have kids anymore.
Yeah.
They're my kids.
My kids now.
Everybody's claiming kids in this movie.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
if you want
Yeah,
kids,
you're-
just raise your hand.
That's a very good point. What the fuck?
I don't
movie?
know.
Yeah.
Kids are
But
property.
anyway, like I don't know exactly what happens, but she gets away. Wife is fine, and I don't know, runs away. Whatever, right?
pretty much because Mr.
Basically,
B
the
runs
wife
away.
and the sister start fighting.
Yeah.
and
Sure.
Mr. B gets in a car and gets out of there somehow.
Right.
Like they all like. There's a whole gang of guys, and none of them can chase him down. And
Yeah,
he
but I
gets in
mean,
the car.
we're done with the sister and the Jesse's wife. Like,
Yeah, we
it's
don't
just
see
kind
them
of like, it's
again.
kind of like, all right, well, we guess we got to chase him in the car because they get back on the badass El Camino and tear ass across town. Now, our detective from earlier has just like magically kind of shown up again.
He's just driving home.
He's just, it looks like he's driving home. He
Well, no,
looks like
they do say at some point, it's like he must have believed us about
That's
the whole
dumb.
thing.
That
Yeah,
had to be
it's-
filmed as some sort of
yeah.
excuse to have him there because he is just driving home.
so he
just
was
like-
bad too.
No, he was
okay.
just on his way home.
All right. Well, anyway, like this.
Yeah, there was a whole scene earlier where
Yeah.
he brought him to a guy that had been in prison who might have had some information,
Yeah.
and he was like, basically, Liberty was working with this cop tentatively,
Yeah.
Sure.
and
They
then but he
explain
wasn't
it-
sure whose side the cop was.
Yeah,
on,
they explain it in a throwaway bit of dialogue. But
Right.
It
Yeah.
just doesn't make any sense.
But
That-
all that matters is he chases the car and he misses a turn, and like
like this box truck's going through the intersection, and he's just like, "Oh, look at that truck there," and then like right up on him, he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
It's like, how myopic is your vision?
So
Yeah.
he doesn't hit the truck,
No.
but that's the end. Like he's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
the end
done.
of his character.
That's the end of his arc.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like
He's a poor driver.
they end up
Good detective, poor driver.
right. I don't think he was a very good detective either.
Okay. Average detective, worst driver.
Yeah. All right.
This summer on FX, Average Detective, Worst Driver.
Oh, isn't that
Yeah.
loose cannons?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
But
so okay, so
So
here's,
they catch up.
well, they catch up, but they go to the community center. because
everyone converges at the community center because first,
Well,
Liberty's girlfriend has gone there.
Mr. B, the bad guy, is pulled out his Zach Morris cell phone and is
Yeah,
called
right.
called Sledgehammer, the chief
Yes.
police commissioner,
Yes.
and said, "Meet me here. I want my money. Meet me here. I want my money." Because
Right.
he just keeps repeating, "I want my money."
Yeah.
And so like, but their meeting place is to go to the community.
Go
center
to the community center
because apparently they have access to film there.
It's a building that they can shoot in.
Sure.
So, like, the girlfriend has gone there
I
to
mean, logically for the movie, there is no reason for these people to meet
absolutely
up
not
there.
zero
None.
reason. But so the girlfriend has gone there to gather information about the out of state place because she's going to deal with this
Yes,
issue once
it's
and for all.
3 a.m. It's
Yes.
the time to do it.
So while she's there, she calls the older lady who works there and just says, "I'm going to be off work for a while. Take care." And she's like, "Oh no." And then so she's on her way to the building.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Mr. B has entered the building,
Right.
and
Mr.
he's hiding in older lady's office.
Yes.
Commissioner Guy has come to the building. Or no, Commissioner Guy shows up
He was
first
there already in
because
the
he's
office.
standing in the shadows in the office.
Yes. Turn on the lights.
Yeah, and then Mr. B comes on, flips on the lights, and is like, "Give me my money."
Okay, you're a son of a bitch. You know.
And then the money's here. I don't know how it got here, but
Well,
he's
this
just
is-
like thumbing
that's
through it
what
like,
I'm saying.
"I've got money."
I don't think this is not what was originally hidden by Jesse.
Okay.
This is money that was owed to Mr. B by the police commissioner for facilitating whatever the fuck the deal was.
Alrighty.
So that's what I'm saying. Mr. B is not even like the bad guy. He's just the middleman of whatever this is.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what's fucking stupid. It's like he's just getting paid, and the police commissioner is like, "Oh yeah, I hope you enjoy that. I don't really not that big of a stack of money. Haha, pew."
Yeah.
And shoots him with the movie
Silencer, which everyone in the building hears. Every single person in the building just goes, "Oh." Because like Liberty's in the building now, Bash is in the building now, the girlfriend who's in a totally different office hears it. They all hear it.
Is there. I
Yeah.
was there.
So the girlfriend throws
Tango
open the door to
Cash.
the office, and the guy's immediately like, "Oh, you're here. Great. Well, come over here. I'm going to have to kill you now."
Well, yeah. He goes, "Well, you're here. You're just in time.
Yeah.
I just stopped him from killing you." Mm-hmm. Oh wait, no, I didn't stop him from killing you. He's going to kill you.
He killed you, and then
Yeah.
I killed him. So,
He shot himself in the chest, stomach,
as you
somehow.
do, as you do.
You know, I can't go on with this world.
Yeah. Liberty and Bash.
With his world.
Liberty and Bash are outside the double doors, just sitting there trying to figure out who it is. They're like, "Do you recognize the voice?" "No." "Well, I don't know either. I'm going in."
Yeah, and he just like goes through the door, and same scenario, just like ha, and he just, of course is like grab girl and gun to head.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? And he's like, "Oh, it's you."
He doesn't even have the gun to her head. He's just pointing
He
it
has
at
it to her
at
side.
He has
Liberty.
it to her
no,
side.
he's pointing it at Liberty.
Oh,
most
that's
of the
right.
time.
Oh,
Yes, that's
most
right,
of the
that's
time,
true.
yeah.
And then
But
he eventually.
It's
points
another
it at the other side.
same kind of standoff, and basically he's just like, "Oh, I can't believe it's you, and what are you doing here?" And puts his gun down. Now Lou Ferrigno is now outside the door, just chilling.
Yep.
Older lady is on her way to the clinic.
She, like,
and at some
strolls
point
in.
she hears the gunshot too, and is like running for the office, and he grabs her and is like, "Shh."
Yeah.
Now,
She's like, "Ooh."
Now,
Yeah.
this
now.
final
this becomes
confrontation.
the weirdest final confrontation we've seen in a very long time.
Ever?
Because he's just like, because Liberty's like, "What are you doing here?" And she's like, "Well, I had to stop by and get an address for something." He's like, "You
Oh.
were getting an address for an abortion?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, it's." And,
I just
and
look at the lifestyle you live. And
Yeah.
basically,
the best part,
they pick right back up with their
yeah,
argument.
their argument from earlier, and the commissioner is like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of this.
I'm
Shut
going to
up.
shoot you.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot her. I'm going to shoot everyone.
Literally, they just like this goes on for like 3 straight minutes that they're back and forth continued, and then at one point he's just like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yes, because Liberty and his girlfriend are interacting with each other and nobody else, while the commissioner is just losing his mind that no one is paying attention to him.
Yeah.
To the point where the movie, the camera even almost pans off of him, so you only see the interaction between Liberty and the girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It cuts this character out of the.
Meanwhile, there's a guy standing here with a gun. to
Yeah.
him.
And he just increasingly is
And
just
Liberty
getting
doesn't
pissed
give
off.
a shit. He's,
Nope.
he's just like, what about our future together?
Yeah.
You're just going to throw that all away.
It's my baby.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable. And
And
her argument is basically, look at the situation
Yeah.
we're in.
Look at your life.
And the commissioner's like, yeah, look at the situation you're in. Look at me.
Yes, pay more attention to the situation you are currently in, wherein I have a gun and your girlfriend,
Yeah.
soon to be ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. And
But eventually, it all just comes down to like some weird coordinated attack of dive, and he jumps on the girl. Lou Ferrigno comes from around the door and shoots him in
but Lou Ferrigno gets shot.
in the stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And it's like, all right, hooray! And then like immediately the older social worker lady is like, oh my god, this guy's been shot. Our good guy here, and they're just like, are you okay? Are you okay? We're gonna have this baby, right? And they're just like, they don't give 2 shits about Lou Ferrigno.
they
And
almost
then-
walk off arm in
and
arm
there
and
is-
don't even pay attention.
They've made it clear there's only one life in this movie they
Right.
give a shit
Yes.
about.
Any others? Fuck you.
And then what's kind of great about it is like the social worker lady's like, oh my god, this guy, he's a good guy. Why do you not care? And then he's just like, bulletproof vest,
Yeah.
huh?
yeah, she's like, oh, you're fun.
And then like it's like, here's what's weird is like, I swear there was like one of the very first interactions between Liberty and this lady was take I think wonton to my unorthodox rehabilitation guy.
Right.
So how did Bash and this lady never meet?
I don't know.
Because this was also their first meeting. Like, well,
It
so you
seemed
met.
like that lady's job was to transport people to Bash's thing.
Maybe they had like some kind of like dead drop or something.
Just tie him up to a light post. And they're just collected in the dead of
They
night.
just leave him in a dumpster and Bash picks him
No,
up
no, no,
later.
no.
No, all right. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the movie basically ends like with the two of them walking out, like Liberty and the girlfriend, and she just basically like, let's go have this baby. And then it basically just fades to black and there's credits. It's like, what in the hell?
What
What about any of that made you change
Basically,
your mind?
in the
Basically,
living
if-
fuck just
The
happened?
movie tells you if a woman won't bend to your will,
Yeah.
then traumatize her into it.
Yes, because apparently that works. It is so awkward and bad and uncomfortable and just what in the hell?
They say relationships built on extreme circumstances seldom last.
Yeah.
True.
Look at what happened at the beginning of Speed 2.
Yeah. That's all you need to know about life.
Yes.
Speed 2.
That's all you need to know.
Really. You've learned it all.
As long as you understand why Keanu Reeves was not in Speed 2, you understand
It
life.
wasn't the money. It wasn't artistic integrity.
Yeah,
No.
it was that their relationship was just never going to
It
work.
was built based on traumatic circumstances.
Yeah,
Speed
it was destined to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this fucking movie ends.
Yeah.
Thank God. No
Yeah.
moment too soon.
Oh, holy God.
This movie's bad.
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
made worse by everything in it.
It's unbelievable. It's like
We were just
it's shocking. It's
we just had the same attitude as the guy, as the commissioner guy. We're just
Yeah.
like, shut up.
Yeah.
We don't care.
yeah.
Like whatever. It's your life. We don't care.
Pay attention to me with the gun. Do gun things.
Yeah. 3 bags. This is not it. It's not anything we want. I feel like we were given a false.
Yeah.
Oh, we were ripped off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the
Completely.
Amazon Prime Day of movies. We promised something.
It is a prime example of
Yeah,
that.
and we got something completely different that
Yeah.
was not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 bags. It's not. It's even the fight stuff isn't fun.
Yep. I can echo that exact same sentiment, and I will give that 1 bag for each member of that unhappy family that's about to exist.
So 3.
Yeah, so
Okay,
3.
just making
I mean,
sure.
it's like 2.5 now, but it will mature into a 3
Okay,
eventually.
so. Okay.
Same reasons. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? You're literally
Yeah, and-
going to have an abortion argument throughout your entire second act of a movie that's a
And
dumb
a good
fucking
portion of
action.
the third act.
Yeah.
I mean,
when it affects
And
your
then-
entire climax of the film, it's
And when you can somehow make it so I don't agree with either side
Right,
yeah,
by the
exactly.
end of your movie, like
Yeah.
I think both sides suck
Yeah.
by the end of the movie, you fucked up.
yeah. And also, it has no fucking place in a direct-to-video action movie called Liberty and Bash,
Yeah.
starring Lou fucking Ferrigno.
About a drug deal gone bad.
Yes.
Liberty and bash you over the head with stupid messages.
Yeah. I mean,
That are very unclear. 'Cause,
Mixed messages.
We're still not sure.
No,
I
no
have no
idea.
idea what the politics of these filmmakers were.
none. No idea.
No idea. Just, hey, guys, there's an issue.
Yep. Here it is. They're going to shout about it a lot. I echo what everyone said. 3 bags. It's kind of an experience watching it, going into it not knowing what it's about.
Yeah.
It's almost jaw-dropping in places that it keeps happening to the point where you just go, this lead character is a total piece of shit. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a movie turn on itself like that before.
Yeah.
And not redeem him
Yeah.
at all.
He's kind of garbage.
It's so 3 bags. I can't believe it happened.
He just broke me in the chat. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
The chat. The damn chat, you people.
Sorry.
Sorry, that just broke me.
Make a note of when we
Sorry.
lost professionalism.
You won't have to make a note. You'll hear it.
Yeah, you'll hear it.
I know.
Spit,
Sorry, I
spit
didn't
all over the mic.
mean
I'm
to
sorry.
turn you beet red.
I almost did a spit take, literally.
Yeah.
So, BJ, what'd you think?
I will see your 3 bags apiece, and I will raise you a bag.
4 bags?
4 whole
Oh, okay.
bags.
Wow.
Because not only is it just a mess with the weird, unidentifiable source preachiness, it's also sort of offensively bad. And it's poorly made. It's poorly lit. You may see a theme there with the movies that I bag. But
It's not an action movie.
no, it's not. It's
It says it is.
yeah. It's and all the action that it does is really bad.
Yeah.
Like the fight scenes are bad. The gunplay is bad. The driving is bad. The just motion from place to place is bad. It's
No explosions.
no, nary an explosion.
yeah. Man.
And the acting is pretty much atrocious. It doesn't have much redeemable about it. It didn't make me like. It didn't give me the seething anger of a five bags movie, but it was working on it. It
Yeah.
was trying. So 4 bags, go to hell.
Yep.
Amen.
All right, well, with all that being said, I think it's time for a break, right?
Yeah.
Where we
Sounds
will
good.
probably not be joined by Mackie.
Nope, I'm out.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Okay.
Be out.
Where are you going? We'll miss you.
I know you will.
White wine.
Got-
Yeah, I was going to say, need to cut there
Where you
somewhere.
going?
Where are you going? Why no here? Why you stay? Why gone? Please stay. Mackie got
No,
cold
I
out.
have to be at the vet at 7 in the morning.
He's got worms.
Because my dog,
What do you have to
my
vet?
dog has decided, my dog literally has a divot in her eye.
Oh.
Like it looks like she was having issues and we took the cone off and she somehow scratched it and it looks like when you pick a scab off and you got that
Oh,
little
yeah.
divot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's literally on her eyeball.
Oh,
so
just
poor
go
thing.
take care of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't phrase it like that, Joe.
Take care of it.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so we'll see.
Good second half without.
Oh,
Yeah.
we will.
We're fine.
party all the time.
You do that.
Yep.
I'm not even going to listen to it.
Good.
Fine.
Well, because I'm going to watch Ex Machina between now and
All right,
then,
yeah.
and I know Harlow's going to talk about it. So, but yeah, so good night, everyone. I'm glad for the lively chat,
Yeah.
even if that movie was fucking
We did it. We got through the first half without fucking up.
without making any completely inappropriate jokes.
Yep.
God help us. God help. And usually we blame Chuck. I understand this, people. We're like, Chuck.
Yeah, I know.
What happened? Because like, if rape is a keyword, we're like, Chuck.
Yep.
I don't know if we want to watch this. Like Cartel, we were like, I don't know if we want to watch this.
Completely understandable.
Yeah,
but
if that's a keyword, we have very kind of, even like King of the Kickboxers, which we love. We're like, oh, this is going to a bad place right now. Let's.
Yeah.
This one, like, none of that.
None of the places you can do research about this without digging deep into probably like reviews and stuff, which I don't do because I don't want to know too much about the movie. Nothing mentions it at all.
Yeah,
it's so weird, and it's not like
you were as shocked as the rest of us.
We're
like, Chuck, what is this? And you're like, I don't know.
I was like, it said none of this, and it's very much what this movie is about. Years from now, when we remember this movie, we're not going to remember it as a dull action movie. We're going to remember it as that weird abortion movie. Wow, it was unbelievable.
Well, hopefully our discussion of it was still in good taste for everybody.
I believe it was.
Yeah,
I think we conveyed our points.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that something with a quote unquote message like this, like, can actually screw it up so bad.
Yeah,
that you hate both sides of the argument in the movie.
I don't even understand. What is the point of that?
It's amazing. I don't know.
It's
yeah. Anyway, enjoy your second half. Bye, everybody. I hear you. You son of a.
We are sorry that Prime Day was a disappointment.
Oh, is he talking to Alexa out there?
Yeah.
Alexa, make Prime Day not suck.
Release better deals.
Yeah, the only good thing was that Mortal Kombat deal, and that sold out. Like, I remember I showed that to you.
Yeah.
As soon as I showed that to you, I hit buy it, and it's like, you're on the wait list. Or no, actually it told me wait list is full.
Oh, well, geez.
Already. So yeah, it went that quickly. Oh, well.
Oh, well, indeed.
Yep.
No money from me, Amazon.
I like that Amazon Prime Day joke is going to be dated so fiercely, even in 6 months.
Oh, I don't know.
Jesus. Let's start this shit, please. We good? Everyone good? What do we have to talk about besides you know what I have to talk about?
I got nothing.
Cool, BJ.
I also have nothing.
Sweet.
Do we have any? We have correspondence. We could read it without Mackie.
Yeah, they're just birthday wishes to Maggie.
To Mackie, yeah.
I might have one thing.
Mackie, it's your birthday.
I want to note.
Happy
I'm not fishing here, but I want to note that my birthday is coming up, and I expect no well wishes.
Good, because you're not going to.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
No one likes you.
I know, right?
You're like the second or third favorite.
I know. I'm probably
Cast
the
member.
fifth. Actually, there's probably a guest that's higher than me.
Tobias, yeah.
Yeah,
People like the accent.
it's true. I like the accent.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
We didn't have Jimmy Wales on the show.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah. By the way, that's a little bit of trivia. Whatever episode we did the Jimmy Wales thing, we wanted Tobias to do that.
Of course,
because he's from Wales. That's the joke.
Yep.
That's the original joke.
Jimmy Wales.
I mean, Tobias is from Wales, not
Jimmy
Wales.
He's Welsh.
Jimmy Wales just talks.
Jimmy
like
Wales is a normal dude.
Well, no.
Well, I mean,
Well,
okay, he's an American dude.
He has
right?
a normal accent.
He's an American.
He's kind of a weird dude. Yeah.
He's coming to your town.
I mean, that's really just kind of some movie recommendations, which we appreciate. But what was this? We already did this, right?
No.
No.
No. We
we could just read it.
You read. I don't.
That way we don't
I'm a
get
terrible
backlogged.
reader. You know this. This is why I do plot things. They're really short.
I'll do it.
We'll just do correspondence.
You can do ready.
No, I'll do reading.
Ready.
Which email is it flagged?
They're all flagged.
All the emails are flagged. Why do we flag all the emails?
Oh,
You better.
that's how we
know.
do it.
Hang tight. I'll get this reading shit.
Oh, why don't we get started? Because you've got a movie to.
So from Chase
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the one that says edited.
Right. Yeah, just those two, I would say.
Yeah. Okay, I can read those.
All right. All right.
All right.
Right. I'll read them in
There
my
we
Jimmy
go.
Wales accent.
Oh, good.
Hello. I'm Jimmy Wales.
Yeah.
But I did Jimmy Wales. You did Stan Lee.
I could read him in the Stan Lee
Okay.
accent.
No, Stan Lee's dead. We killed him, remember?
I could still.
Zombie Stan Lee. Do it in Zombie Stan Lee voice.
Hi.
Excelsior brains.
Stan Lee wants your brains.
All right. Anyway,
I'm Stanley, inventor of reanimated corpses.
Oh wow. Okay, so real quick, the police captain dude,
right?
the one who was
Wasn't-
driving home, and
Oh yeah, no, that guy.
yeah, he was one of the jive dudes in Airplane.
Oh. Okay. Which he was not in Black Gun. That was Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
But he was also in one of our Red Scorpion.
Yeah. Yes.
He was in. I knew he was a BMFcast alum, but
Yes.
yeah,
But yeah, he was one of those two guys in Airplane.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally see that now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready?
So that's a little bit of trivia for you.
Trivia. All right, and welcome back.
Hey!
Hey, second half of the
Podcast,
Bamcast.
Second half.
We're here for more talking. bits.
Yes.
Cool.
without Mackie.
Yeah, because
No,
he
no.
has gone home
Okay. Good. Yes.
to
Nope. Nope.
damn it to be with Jesus.
What?
Anyway, who saw movies?
I saw a.
I don't watch the Saw movies.
I saw. Let me think about it. I saw a movie. I saw more movies, but I have a movie I would like to talk about.
I would like to hear about your A movie.
This movie is new to DVD and Blu-ray.
All right.
And first off, I will say I would highly recommend you pick it up
Do I have a guess
If I
for
have
it?
the means,
via our store or links on the Amazon.
Oh, all right.
To Amazon. No, anyway.
go on.
No, I do actually recommend this movie. I watched Ex Machina.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
There's no Deus about it. Just Ex Machina.
just Ex Machina.
Also not related to the comic book, which I believe is Brian K. Vaughan.
Okay.
Not related.
All right.
So I can see that this movie is probably going to divide a lot of people. So I do recommend it, but
Is
if
it
you-
going to cut them in half?
if you don't like it, it's okay. You're not going to offend me. It is made by Alex Garland, who is the writer of. We wrote both the book and the movie of The Beach. He's done several high-profile Danny Boyle movies. He did 28 Days Later, and he did one of my favorites, Sunshine.
Okay.
So, a lot of the things that could be said about those movies are not Danny Boyle's fault. It's his, and the way his movies tend to kind of go to a almost twisty bit at the end. I've been fine with those. You know, I didn't hate the end of 28 Days Later. I didn't hate the end of Sunshine.
Yeah.
I can see it doesn't offend me if you say I hate where this went.
Right.
But I get it. And Beach does that too. Beach goes fucking nuts at the end too.
Yes, it does.
But this one reins it in a bit. I don't think it goes as crazy towards the end. But I just absolutely love this movie. The world that he creates and by proxy Danny Boyle was able to create in something like Sunshine, it's very much the same kind of universe here. Like this believable technological future. The movie, I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but the movie is essentially about a guy played by Oscar Isaac who's kind of like, he's supposed to be kind of like the head of Google or a company like Google that has also branched off into making phones and just things that basically have all of the world's information.
A tech giant.
Yeah, he is a tech giant, billionaire, multi times over, and is this recluse that lives out in the middle of nowhere in this like research place. Like he just has this sprawling mansion thing that's like mostly underground in this remote place. And the plot of the movie is he has this contest where he picks one of his employees to come spend a week with him on this, ranch and pick his brain and work with him and all this stuff. And I mean, as you can probably figure from the pictures and everything like that, he has designed an artificial intelligence. And all of this is like stuff that is revealed like in the first like 10 minutes of the movie, so I'm not spoiling anything. And this guy that he ends up bringing there is supposed to come and test whether this artificial intelligence can pass the Turing test, which is basically, can you interact with this without knowing that it's a machine?
Right.
And that's basically what the movie is about, is this guy sitting there talking to the artificial intelligence and Oscar Isaac. And I loved every bit of it. I love this movie to death. It's easily in my top 5 of the year, so unless something crazy comes out later, expect that to come up in the Golden Jocks. I love the tech, I love the look, I love the performances in this movie. Just highly, highly recommend it.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what else I can really say without like getting into spoilery territories. I mean, the special effects are just cool all around, and not in the let's blow shit up kind of way. It's just, I mean, you've probably seen pictures of the AI girl that he's created, and she's got skin and bits, but it's not all of her. It's like there's parts of her that are metallic and like this carbon fiber weave thing. So there's these kind of clear bits of her body that are like that, and it's very cool and not in a ooh ah kind of way, more like that Zemeckis of I'm using CG to enhance the thing, not be the whole thing,
right?
So, but all the tech in the house is seems like a plausible way that tech is going now. It doesn't seem like that too distant of a future. I mean, it's a leap because unless someone's secretly designing things like this advanced somewhere,
right?
It seems logical that things might be going this way.
Just related to that, are you watching Humans?
Not watching Humans, no.
Not this exact same kind of thing, but
Okay.
an interesting parallel to what you're talking about.
Okay.
Worth maybe a look.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to need to have a TV talk sometime soon because I have been watching Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking fantastic.
Thank you for watching that.
Pretty
Yeah.
great.
Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
You should watch Mr. Robot.
I Tomo Arigato. Is that what you're okay, thank you. Yeah. But no, I feel like it's probably a little too early in the season to say, declare it awesome. But I think we need to revisit our TV talk some second half here sometime soon, so...
I think we will.
I know we have some listener correspondence, but do we want to talk, over the past weekend we had Comic-Con happen, so a lot of especially nerdy bits of movie news and stuff have come out.
All the things came out.
Everybody
care?
got excited about them all.
Yeah,
there wasn't a whole lot of crapping on things this
Yeah,
time around.
you know me, I don't like hype and teasers and trailers and all that stuff, but it's kind of hard to when almost the entire news cycle for a 3 to 5 day period is look at these things coming out and these panels of people revealing things and oh my god, what did somebody say that they probably shouldn't have said about a movie?
Right.
That they probably totally meant to say because everything's probably totally planned.
Yeah.
But we got a more extended look at the Batman and Superman versus Superman movie, Batman v Soup.
Yep.
Bat v Soup.
Yep.
And Suicide Squad and a lot of other comic booky things.
I will say, for as awkward as Man of Steel was, and we've talked that movie to death about how it's kind of 50% great movie, 50% just what is this? To take the end of that movie and work it into this as the origin for Batman.
Well, I don't think it's that.
Oh, I do. I think they've started all over again. That's what I got from the trailer.
I don't think that's the case at all.
Okay.
Oh.
It sure as hell looked like...
Okay, well,
It sure as hell looked like that's the thing that made Bruce Wayne say, okay, Batman time.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus, no. If they do that, then you have people even more pissed than me at the end of Man of Steel.
Okay. Well, that's what I took from the trailer, because it looked like they're showing his parents get murdered again and all that stuff. It looks like a straight-out reboot. I
guarantee you that, no, I'm pretty sure we're past reboot. If they do that, it's going to be... it's going to be this dumb Spider-Man thing. Why the fuck are we watching this again? Literally everyone knows Batman's origin story. We don't need to see. And I think that's why they cast Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck's what, 40 now? So I think it's supposed to be
maybe he's hung up.
I think yes. I think this is supposed to be after. I think this is in post Nolan's world. Nolan he is producing this shit,
right?
Or directing or whatever. Yeah. So I think this is in the post Batman Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
He's just all right, you've pulled me back in because I got to.
Okay.
So
whichever way they go with it, it just seems super interesting to me.
Sure.
It's
it almost makes that whole dumb ending possibly mean something.
Yes.
I feel like it's no pun intended, cleanup to that, because I think of the reaction of people suddenly. The thing is, if you're going to give us a world the Nolan Batman series and then say this is interconnected when you make Man of Steel, people are going to look at it and go, well, you just fucked up an entire city and millions of people live there.
Yeah.
So if you're going to create this world of reality-based superheroes, don't be surprised when people flip the fuck out when two Kryptonians are battling in the middle of a city, going, that seems excessive. Why didn't you take that out to a desert? So I feel like this is almost maybe reactionary. I'd like to think they had this planned and that was why all of that happened, but I don't think it was.
Okay.
That's my belief. If it is, good for them for doing this. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on this either because I think Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor seems dumb. They could go a million ways with it, but like, God, that line is terrible.
It is.
He says at the end.
Yeah, it's. I thought it was interesting casting, and I was okay with it. But now, like the clips that they decided to use for the trailer, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll get better.
Sure.
Who knows? You can't. You just really should not judge things by trailers.
No.
Also, if you're interested in seeing this movie at this point, never watch another piece of advertising for it.
Exactly. Yes.
Stop now.
Yes.
So, I mean, like, I was in from the teaser, but I was super curious as to what was the pull through this movie, and so I had to watch this trailer. And then I'm in. I don't need to see anything.
I've reversed my stance. I mean, I think I said there's no way I'll see another Zack Snyder Superman movie, but then I was like, you know what? I think even back then I may have even recanted and said, you know what? I probably would just because, I mean, I'm the fucker that saw Catwoman. Maybe not. I didn't see it in the theater, but like I'll sit through just about any comic book movie.
Right.
So knowing that was going to be garbage, this was like after the people were like, "Holy shit, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Reaction. I was like, I'm still going to watch it because what do I have to do? What do I have better to do than watch
Yeah,
all the
it's a good
shitty, Superman or superhero
Sure.
movies? So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this might have actually done the opposite of what I needed it to do, which was like this might have like built up a little more confidence in it for me than I had because when I was at zero, something like Terminator, it was like this can only go up. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. But thoughts on the Suicide Squad, the other big one they announced?
I didn't watch it.
No, didn't. Okay.
It feels like half that movie leaked out onto Twitter.
Sure.
Already,
and I think that's completely their intention of like this, not homegrown viral marketing.
Yeah.
It's just like it does feel like that. We're letting this shit slip. Look at this cell phone footage from the set that we got leaked.
Yeah. That movie to me seems like it's been everyone's been so hyper focused on every little leak that's come out and everything. It's just like, I'll see that movie and I'll judge it for what it is when I see it. I don't need to see little clips because everyone is just super focused on like, Harley Quinn wouldn't wear that and oh my God, what have they done to the Joker and this and that. I'm just like, whatever. Let me see the vision, the overall vision for it.
You're not going to see the vision in it. He's in the Avengers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I'll see that too.
Yeah. But no, I'm interested in this movie because of the concept. I'm afraid, like, my naysaying of it comes down to I'm afraid that they're going to put too much reliance, and maybe that's just because of what the internet has done with it, that they're going to put too much reliance on like tying in the Joker when he's not supposed to be a part of this.
Right.
Like I'm afraid that the hype machine is going to turn him into a bigger part than it should be, when it should just be kind of like a throwaway, like maybe we'll use this later.
Right.
And I'm afraid that they're going to let like somebody like Will Smith do too much Deadshot when he's just supposed to be part of a team. Like let this, star power.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be just an ensemble thing. It's not supposed to be like any one of these people is. If anything, I believe it's Rick Flag is like the quote unquote leader of this. These people need to have more screen time. So
it'll be interesting to see if Will Smith can sort of blend into an ensemble because he's never really done that.
Right.
But you would think if he signed on to do it, he's got to realize, hey, no one's going to see the movies that I make by myself anymore.
Right.
Time to maybe, pull the reins back.
Yeah.
Let some other people carry the weight.
And if you saw the trailer, I mean, which you didn't, it would seem that they're pushing more of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, like to be the, like, here's the person you're going to identify with.
Yeah. That does seem to be like
strange. I mean, let's like go with her. I mean, she's not a leadership character. She's too wild card.
Unhinged.
Too unhinged for that to really work as like you're supposed to follow her. Joker and her work as a villain character, not a leading the movie character.
Right. I think with that, that's more of just a kind of pandering to the internet.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because Harley Quinn is like internet darling kind of thing. So if you're going to put out this footage on the internet, give the internet what it wants.
I don't know.
So the internet can be pissed off.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, they remain to be seen. And I just thought, was there anything else major from comic? I mean, was there Star Wars-y news, really?
There was.
I think the things all happened Star Wars prior to. Like, they announced essentially that they're going to do a Han Solo movie.
Yeah.
And
the stuff was pretty. There was a panel. There was a big Star Wars panel at the thing, but like news-wise, it had all
kind
before.
of So
well, I mean, it's not an announcement, but they did a really cool thing with the Star Wars. Their big Hall H thing or whatever. After that, they marched everybody. Didn't march them. Didn't force them. But like, they had a thing like a half mile from the venue, and everybody walked down there, and everybody got lightsabers, and they had a orchestra doing playing a bunch of the music and fireworks show and everything, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, I mean, if you,
I know they've got Disney money, they can do shit like that. But
sure, but if you can at this point get into Comic-Con and get into the thing, like the big things, you just kind of get swept along and have a good time.
Yeah,
but it's probably just the whole getting there and the whole process of it that just,
I think that's the difference with like Comic-Con to like something like, on our side of the country is like Dragon Con. Is like Dragon Con, you can do like 3 major things a day at least. Comic-Con I think is like, I want to go see like the Hunger Games panel, then that's what I'm doing that day.
Yeah, you get in line at 5 a.m. and then at 6 p.m. you get let into the hall.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's like you will be doing one thing per day. That's the impression I've heard, and the thing I've heard about it is it's just like, if you think other things are line ride the
right,
this is like line ride the convention, and like I'm going to see the Superman and Batman thing, and that's what I'm doing today. I better be there at 5 a.m.
The chat is mentioning Deadpool. There was a lot of Deadpool stuff.
There was, they showed some more Deadpool. I think I've seen. All you really had to tell me was like they're going to give Ryan Reynolds another shot at Deadpool, which I think everyone was like, why didn't they let him be Deadpool in the shitty Wolverine movie better?
Right.
And then it's going to be rated R. If they stick to that, I was in. That's all I really ever needed.
From my understanding, it's super R rated. So it's not like at the last minute they're going to be able to go, nope, cut that thing down.
Yeah. So I mean. I was already in. I mean, it's just like Star Wars. I mean, fuck, you don't have to sell this movie, people. Like, stop. It's Star Wars.
Yeah. Like Star Wars for me, I just want to see the first trailer like as a proof of concept. Like, okay, maybe they can make another Star Wars movie, but after that, I don't need another frame of footage. I'll go see Star Wars.
I have to say, I'm more interested in these one-off movies. I think that opens up a more interesting realm of movie to me. These one-off. Did you see the thing that Guillermo del Toro wants to make a Jabba the Hutt-led gangster movie in the Star Wars universe?
Yes.
And someone was like, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Just like, let these people, if someone is a passion project for them, let them fucking go nuts. What's it going to hurt? It's one movie.
It just makes me mad how much time was wasted.
Oh yeah,
like no one saw the benefit of this universe. I mean, I understand Lucas had a tight.
Wouldn't like it.
I know one man had a tight rein on the whole thing, but for so long, so many people have wanted that thing to be more than it is, and now I don't know where it's going to end up, but at least a lot of people are trying now, and I know it's all a giant cash grab, but it still feels like people they're putting the right pieces in place for stories to be told well. It seems like it could happen well. It's not just like this guy directed a music video, let him do some stupid Star Wars thing. It's like these are talented filmmakers who have proven themselves, and they're being handed the reins to various Star Wars properties. So
no, I mean, I'm people were getting upset about certain people's Star Wars projects getting canceled or backburnered or whatever, and I'm like, so one of them, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed. I think the dude's only made one movie so far, but I enjoyed Chronicle. But like, people are like, oh my god, Josh Trank is going to make this movie. And I'm like, let's see Fantastic Four. Let's see what the dude does with the budget first, on a movie that probably shouldn't even exist before we go hand in with a Star Wars movie. Like, that's the kind of shit that like needs to not happen. Like Mark Webb getting Spider-Man too early. Like, these are the things that like pull back. Like, make a few movies first before you're handed the keys to a kingdom. Go
out there and Soderbergh it and just make 6 movies in a year and really wear yourself out. So
didn't they say that they were giving what's his name that directed Jurassic World one of the Star Wars movies?
I think
he's in talks for like one of the trilogy, which just doesn't seem right. I mean,
seems like, handing the keys to. I don't think he made a bad movie, but
it needs to be someone more experienced. Seems a little bit
soon.
Well, like
maybe he'll make another movie in between. And he'll wow us with his.
There's time.
Skill.
I was excited when I heard Ryan Johnson, but then I was like, he's good, but like
Doesn't
he's
he
not
play for the Cubs.
It's Ryan Sandberg.
No, he's the dude that made Brick and the Brothers Bloom, and then Lupa.
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 But I don't think Looper was big enough movie to like jump into Star Wars. Maybe it was. A lot of people. I need to give Looper another chance. A lot of people seem to like Looper, and I don't think I enjoyed it as much as they did. So
I didn't.
You didn't like it at all? Okay.
It's average. It's aggressively average.
Okay. Well, I don't know, but he was in talks for having something to do with 2 and possibly 3, either writing and or directing. So we'll see.
They got a ways to go.
Yeah.
That stuff's going to change hands 5 or 6 times. So let's hope they get it to a good start at least, because it all hinges on this first one. If this first one comes out and is garbage, man, people are just gonna just be like, wow,
crushed. Yeah,
Star Wars is dead.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I immediately I'm like, give me these individual movies, because there's nothing to invest in.
Yeah,
it's just I feel like this mentality of filmmakers today, where if like we're thinking trilogy, and then you get Terminator Salvation, where there's like they're looking at the end before they bother finishing the first part,
right?
Or you get these like, oh, we'll make a 4-hour movie and split it into 2.
Yeah,
it's like untrained filmmaking, or the studio saying cram more shit in there because we can split it up.
Yeah,
and I don't like that. I mean, like the idea of like making a solid 2-hour, 90-minute movie, whatever, is like you've got to make a solid fucking one movie. Just do it. And tell your story
and shoehorn it into a time frame. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. The Rogue One thing, about stealing the plans for the Death Star.
Oh yeah,
we know how that's going to end.
Yeah,
they're going to get the plans of the Death Star. So, but at least it's not going to be like, well, what's going to happen?
I think some Bothans, Bothans may die. Yeah.
So at least we're not going to get like now part 2 of the plans being stolen. Right. I mean, at the end of that movie, they're going to steal the plans. That's spoilers, I know, but it's how they're going to get there is what's going to be interesting. Right. And I'm sure it'll be
fair enough,
a taut thriller. Yeah. Set against the backdrop of the Star Wars universe.
that's all the Comic-Con-y things.
Stuff like that is really interesting to me, though. Like the possibility of a Jabba movie, and this is the shit that you do with an expanded universe and have fun with. If you want to make 11D5 movies out of a crazy old man's rantings.
You don't have to just keep.
Then you don't have to split The Hobbit into 3 movies.
No.
You can take your source material and run with it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the thing is like you have to be careful, because I don't get it personally. I mean, I'm not saying it's all gold, Jerry, but like people are getting. I mean, there is serious blowback on Marvel movies now. Huge blowback. It's
people
already
mad that they're making Marvel
just
movies.
Just that there's 85 Marvel movies and they're all the same.
Yeah, there's 85 Marvel movies. Yeah.
I find it kind of funny.
Get hype.
And a little bit entertaining that there is
find it kind of sad.
Well, there's a level of the subculture out there, and it's like it's been throwaway lines kind of in like Community,
sure,
and a couple of other shows where
I'm hearing it everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but it's amusing to me that it's like there's always like a character who's just like, I hate the Marvel movies, and then someone else goes, yeah, me too, and then they kind of like commiserate around they bond a little bit, because it's like, yeah, I really am tired of the fucking Marvel movies.
Yeah, but the thing is like.
Mr. Robot did that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
but like the thing is like, don't be hating. No, my thing is like, no, seriously, don't be hating. Like, I mean, if you don't want to see the Marvel movies, don't go see the Marvel movies.
I know.
There's just like I as personally someone who wants to see them, it's fucking amazing that there's 75 Marvel movies, and like 75 more. There will be Marvel movies long after I die at this rate.
Yeah,
but I mean that I'm afraid like they're going to hit the same saturation point for Star Wars, and people will be like. I mean, granted, I feel like people already are like, fuck Star Wars now after the prequels. That Star Wars has some rebuilding to do.
I think they're going to be okay. Sure. I think a lot of people are like, it can't be that bad.
Right.
So they're like, all right, it's automatic.
But I applaud Disney for having the balls, or I mean, it's not really balls because they're making money hand over fist, but it's just to be like somebody, driving the car saying, yeah, fucking keep making, they're still making money, keep making them.
Yeah. If you keep making decent movies,
yes, that's just it.
Get my ass paid. Hell yeah!
If this was 90s Disney, we'd have straight to video sequels to Thor and shit. Like Lilo and Stitch 14, and,
right? Lion King 1.5.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. It's like I just think about that Disney where it was like cash grab all the properties,
right?
And bad
cash grab.
But the other side of Disney is like, let's fucking live action, every one of our Disney princess movies, because people keep seeing those pieces of shit too.
Mm-hmm.
But like that, someone is driving the train over there saying like, yeah, make as many Marvel movies as you want, but they still need to be quality.
Yeah.
And so far,
mostly
good.
Make us money. Keep making us money.
Yeah. I think
if you make us money, you can keep doing this.
Sure.
Make us money.
I think for the most part, that opinion comes from a lot of people who don't actually see Marvel movies, and it's like people who are aware of Kanye West, and then every time they see him, they go, "Oh, fuck this guy, go away," and don't ever actually listen to anything that he does or anything like that. It's that kind of like cultural awareness, but it's not in their wheelhouse, and it's that rebellion. It's like, make this thing I don't care about go the fuck away.
Sure. Okay.
And
there is one valid point, and then maybe we can move on. And that is like there are and I know there's a counter argument to this, but a lot of the people that I see saying "fuck the Marvel movies" are people who want like different movies made. Like, I don't want superhero movies made. I want a
More
bunch
vampire
of
movies.
whatever.
Yeah.
But they want something else made,
Right.
and that I think is a valid.
Well, it's a valid.
It's a valid point.
It's a valid
In a way.
wish, but like
Right.
as, the same thing that people always say, like the existence of one thing does not mean like, well, we were going to make a Iron Man 4, but you know what, we're not. So here's the money for that weird project where you're going to get the real
Right.
Edgar Rice Burroughs, Princess of Mars trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, so that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Like they weren't suddenly
Yeah,
going to make.
Disney's not gonna
They weren't going to make John
necess-
Carter 2 because they made Avengers 2. It
Right.
wasn't an either or choice.
Disney may not necessarily make an indie movie, but they may use a
Right.
different property
Sure.
that's not a Marvel property,
Well,
and that would make some people happy. But
They're-
Disney's going to do what Disney's going to
As
do.
far as I'm concerned, they're
So.
firing on all cylinders on their animation and
Yeah.
Marvel properties because their animation movies have been fantastic. Pixar is kind of a shell of their former selves, but I still think like doing pretty good. But yeah, the other side of this is what else are they going to do? They're going to shit out another like live action movie from the bad guy's point of view, or some other minor characters. The Rosencrantz and Guildenstern their entire Disney universe now.
Right. Yeah, and I there's that kind of weird, like, the news came out where they were like, they kind of shelved the third Tron movie because they were like, we don't have a place to put this. I mean, that's where they're at now. It's like they looked at it and were like, well, Tron 2 didn't really make a lot of money. It wasn't as huge a hit as, say, these other 15 properties that we're making that are making hand over fist. So let's just put Tron away for a little while, and if a hole opens up, maybe we'll revisit it. I get that. I get that kind of like, fuck the success of the Marvel movies because it's preventing me from getting another
Well,
thing. But
yeah.
it's like, they weren't going to do Tron 3 right, and it probably wasn't going to be good.
Right.
I mean, they've tried Tron twice, and it's just like, yeah, these are visually interesting, but
Oh, I love the second Tron movie.
I think the second Tron movie is one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen. But I think, like, storytelling-wise, start to finish, it's kind of iffy.
All right.
When you get
Fair
into
enough.
like the hang gliding shit at the end, it's like, whatever. I don't know.
I will say this:
go on.
since 2011, when Disney stock was hovering around $45 a share, Disney stock is now hovering around $120 a share.
They know what they're doing.
So,
They've kind of they're tapped into what's making money and what's not.
Yeah.
They're not going to change that. And
they're not doing a bad job of it.
No,
they're not.
it's not like they're shitting out Marvel movies. I mean, they are, by most accounts, making quality efforts. So they're stupid to not, this is stupid to stop. Why would they just so, you're right, complainers about the Marvel movies. We're just going to stop.
Yeah.
We're going to make more Herbie movies now.
Oh, Jesus.
That might help happen.
So
Yeah, let's pick a teenage pop star and put her in a Herbie movie. Herbie movie. Sorry for our UK friends.
Herbie.
No, they say
Herbie.
that H. It's like herb because there's a fucking H there.
Oh, right. Yeah. So,
No, but they say it. They say it in Herb, but not in Herbie.
Oh.
They have to do the opposite.
Oh,
It's a rule.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So if we say Herbie, they have to say Herbie.
oh, okay.
Yeah, starring Lindsay Lohan.
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 Lopan? Lindsay
It's like-
Lopan?
no, it's
Yes, David Lopan.
like yeah.
All right.
Correspondence.
Correspondence
Yeah.
time? Okay. All right. I'm going to see if I can do this and not make Mackie upset that I'm
He's not going to listen.
co-opted. No, he's not. That's right. I can do it however I want. All right. So we have an email from Chase Island. Random recommendations and suggestions. It reads, "Hey, cast of Bamfers. It's Chase like the landmass island again. Be surrounded by water and such. Sorry, Steve, I can't stop poorly mimicking your awesome catchphrases. I have a few recommendations and suggestions. First, a dumb theme month. December. Stay with me for a second. You could go a few different ways, or do a combination of these. Movies with the actor Sinbad, which, let's be honest, would probably be all Five Bags movies. Movies starring the character Sinbad. Movies with the word sin in the title. Original Sin from 2001. Sin from 2003. 13 Sins from 2014, etc. Or, more of a stretch, more Sin Thea Rothrock. Which
Can we do one of those months where
Editorializing.
we just do each week is different theme of the
we
month?
could do a
I like that.
December, yeah.
I like that. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that way we could do Turbo Man for
Oh, Jingle All the Way?
Yeah, Jingle All the Way for for December.
Yeah. Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
All right. Chase goes on to say, I've watched a ton of martial arts movies lately and watched a couple under-the-radar ones from Thailand that are in the realm of Bangkok Knockout, but I think more enjoyable. Born to Fight 2004 is basically Jim Kata meets First Blood with a ton of Muay Thai. Can't sell it any better than that. It stars a stunt guy named Dan Chupong, who a couple years later did a way more bonkers movie called Dynamite Warrior from 2006. It actually should have been called Bottle Rocket Surfer, because that's what he does. It's one of the most bizarre movies I've ever watched, and to be fair, I only watched the action scenes, but there is also, for some reason, a lot of random demon possession in it. Go figure. Lastly, it may not be BMFcast material, but by all means, watch Chocolate 2008. I watched it thanks to Paste 100 Best Martial Arts Movies list, and it is indeed, as they described, Rain Man with way more Muay Thai. And it's amazing. Okay, I'm done now. Crash and Burn, Chase. Sent from my Dell Latitude D620. Seriously, I literally sent this from my antiquated laptop.
So, Chocolat?
It's getting
the
all...
Johnny Depp movie?
No.
Oh, no, that one. Yeah.
No. Chocolate! In
Chocolate.
all caps.
Chocolat.
Chocolate!
Oh. Chocolate.
It's apparently on Paste's 100 Best Martial Arts Movies list.
Yep. Mackey's talked about that list. I think he made a letterboxed list
He probably did.
for your perusal.
I kind of want to see Dynamite Warrior.
Yes.
If he's surfing bottle rockets, like
Was that one or was that the other one? Because I thought maybe it was Dynamite Warrior. I don't know. We could sort through that, but
Sure.
I want to say I tried to watch Dynamite Warrior because I want to say that might have Tony Jaa in it, but like it was one of those like came out later because he was in it, but then they like tried to say he was top billed, but he was barely in it. One of those kind of things, but I think maybe I might have seen that one. I could be totally wrong though.
Probably are.
I
Probably.
have no idea. I haven't had a chance to look these up yet.
Fair enough.
We'll figure it out.
We will. Are we ready for email the second?
I am.
Sure.
Okay, great. This movie comes to us from Scott from Dallas. It is titled More Movies, courtesy of the Alamo.
Huh.
Scott writes. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. I just think it's funny. Scott writes, so I saw more weird movies at the Alamo over the past 2 months. The first is a movie called When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth. It's got a You're Like vibe. I cannot apparently read tonight. It's got a You're Like vibe. I'll try this again. It's got a You're Like vibe in that it's about a clan of cavemen speaking a made-up caveman language. A woman is meant to be sacrificed to a sun god, but runs away, landing on an island full of dinosaurs. She encounters a local tribe, and the men fall in love with her, and the women get super jealous. Along the way, she tames a dinosaur. You're really wasn't my thing, but I figured you might want to at least know about it. Spielberg must have liked it to put a reference to it in Jurassic Park. What?
The banner.
Yeah.
Banners, when dinosaurs.
Oh, When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth. Okay.
Yeah.
One thing to note, there are 2 versions of this movie, the US and UK versions. The US version is full of weird, awkward cuts. The UK version is full of gratuitous freedoms of expression. I think y'all know which one to go for.
Right. America.
All right.
No.
No?
No.
Oh. UK.
Uck.
Uck.
Right.
Uck.
Oh, you're saying you're like Hunter from the Future.
You're,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
He's a man. He's a man.
Okay. Well, just
With the thighs and the...
yeah. You just kept
Waist.
saying your Tate, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait.
It's got a your like vibe.
Okay, your like vibe.
Yes.
It's like, what vibe do we like? What are you
They should
talking
have
about?
pronounced it differently than your.
Your.
Should have been like your.
Yar.
Your.
No, then he'd just be a pirate.
Your.
Yar. Not yar.
Yar.
Your.
Tasha Yar.
Your. Anyhow,
Yep.
Scott goes on to say,
Uh-huh.
the second movie is called Terminator 2 Shocking Dark. It's one of the many Italian films that has no respect for foreign copyright. It's basically the plot of Aliens, but at one point, a Terminator shows up. The acting, delivery, production values, etc. remind me of a mix of Miami Connection and Omega Cop. The movie really is Aliens beat for a while. There's a Ripley, there's a group of Marines called Megaforce, what? And there's an evil corporation whose name I won't reveal because it's really funny and it's best to hear it from the movie. The evil company's evil plan is really fucking stupid. It's astoundingly amazing how stupid it is. This movie turned out to be a lot better than I expected, and it's pretty fun with a crowd.
Yeah.
As for movies I didn't see, but I saw previews for during the pre-show, Robo Wars. It's essentially Predator, but instead of an alien, the Jungle Marines are fighting RoboCop. Women's Prison Massacre. I think the title speaks for itself here. Rats, A Night of Terror, a post-apocalyptic movie in which rats have mutated to eat human flesh and go after the various groups you'd expect to be in a post-apocalyptic Mad Max wasteland.
I hope that's like one of those movies where they say the title in the movie. It's like, Rats! A post-apocalyptic nightmare!
Rats! This is A Night of Terror.
Oh, Night of Terror.
It's
That's what it was, Night of Terror, sorry.
Night of Terror.
I hope you guys are able to enjoy at least one of these movies. Crash and Burn, Scott from Dallas.
All right.
Thank you, Scott.
From Dallas.
Thank you, Scott.
Hello, Scott.
Hello, Scott.
Thanks for all those emails.
Yeah,
Got his
thanks
emails.
for letting me read emails in my excited email reading voice.
And I was way off. It was Spirited Killer was that Tony Jaa movie I was thinking of. It's way off.
Totally close.
Totally not up close. No, I just remember I saw that somewhere. I was like, holy shit, there's no Tony Jaa movie. I picked it up and it's like, he's like third down the rung of actual stars.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Shouldn't put your stars on a rung. That's rude.
Yeah.
So are we good?
Yeah,
We got everything
I
out of our
think-
system? All
You're
right.
great.
I think we purged.
Do we want to do some contact information or just simply say go to bmfcast.com and everything you could possibly need is over there on the handy dandy buttons on the side?
On the right-hand rail.
I think it is over there on the side on the right hand rail.
But just to be sure, I will say bmf@bmfcast.com is our email address.
Sure.
And our telephone number, should you wish to leave us a voicemail, is 910-5JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. That's the Garfield hotline. He's been quiet lately, so
He has.
give
Yeah.
Garfield a little love.
Yeah, where have the calls been?
Yes.
Where have all the
Maybe
phone
we got
calls
we
gone?
I think people here have yelled at people too many times for leaving long voicemails and now people are intimidated. to
Don't be
call.
intimidated.
No.
Don't be scared.
Just be brief
Just call the Garfield phone.
and entertaining.
Yeah. No pressure whatsoever
Yeah.
there.
You
No
don't
pressure, just don't suck.
And you don't have to do production values like some of the callers do.
Sure,
Don't
no.
feel like you have to do a witty
That
banter.
may be what it
or-
is. So I'll shift the blame off of us and onto our listeners who
Okay.
have done too
Yes.
much to intimidate other listeners from feeling that they
Yeah.
can call in.
Let's go from blaming ourselves.
Yes.
to
I
mean, you
blaming
guys
our
Blame
listeners.
shifting. That's what
All
we do.
of you used to call in as soon as you got in your cars to go somewhere from point A to point B.
You can still do that.
Go ahead.
That's completely
I believe
acceptable.
I probably should have dug it up. I believe we got an excited voicemail long back about Ex Machina when someone got out of the theater. So I probably should have dug that up, but my homework is not strong.
Oh well.
But yeah. Anyway,
Also, I will tell you this one more thing about the hotline. If you wish to, like if you live in a foreign country, a place where they don't have telephones,
Sure.
you can record an MP3 and send it to our email address, and
Correct.
you may voicemail us that way.
that is correct.
Yep. That's totally free. Email's
Yep.
still
Yeah,
free.
most-
despite what my mom says.
Most computer things have a microphone on them now, so just feel free
Yeah.
to sit at it and hit a record button.
You could yell into your telephone
You could do that even.
and then email that to us.
Totally.
Yep.
You could turn it into a yellow phone.
Ring, 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 ring.
The yellow phone.
Anyway,
Beep,
let's
bop, beep, bop.
let's get out of here, shall we?
Okay.
We shall.
I'm Harlow.
Mackey's not here anymore. I'm BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out.
Doo doo be doo be doo.
Ring, 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 ring. BMFcast phone.
All right, someone get on that jingle, record it, and send it to us. Who will be the?
The BMFcast phone. I've got a feeling we're watching reeling, so we can get together and jocks. A ring, 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 ring. The BMFcast phone.
Yep.
Ring, dong,
Yep.
ding, dong, ding, dong.
So,
Podcast phone.
hope you enjoyed the live stream. All of your wonderful and valuable comments will be deleted by Google now.
I
Yep.
will miss your comments so much, guys.
But that never let that stop you from commenting.
If you just leave the window open all the time, they'll still be there.
Yep.
So
that
That's
is
true.
the truth.
So remember that. You can live in the past.
Don't live in the past.
Yeah.
No.
Those that live in the past are doomed to always see
Study the
old.
past.
Yes. Learn.
But don't
Chats.
live there.
Okay.
How far behind are we? I'm going to let it play.
What?
I'm going to let it play.
You can live in the past.
Oh. You can
Oh,
live in the
man.
past.
Yep.
We lived in the past there for a second.
We did.
Anyway, all right. So we're good.
Yeah.
Gonna close this out now.
Yeah, pretty
Alrighty.
good. Again,
Right.
I apologize to the chat for my comments.
We apologize to the chat for Chuck
Yeah,
and
sorry.
his comments. He is an insensitive butthole.
Kyle, son, I am disappointed.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
I don't know what I'm disappointed about, but
Yeah.
you know.
But
I
really,
know.
call us. We like it.
Yeah. So,
Yep. Closing out now. In the
Alrighty.
most awkward way possible. No, you hang up.
no, you hang up.
Meet me at the Rocket Mail Station.
BMFcast out.